my goodness, you look so, cozy and warm.
Because it is winter and we're in our winter woolies fits. Good morning, Mzansi. It is a brand new Tuesday right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso. And this morning, we're celebrating African excellence. Yeah. African excellence, of course, means creativity. Yeah. The story is bringing people together across the entire continent.
100%. I mean, it is Africa Month after all, my friend. And this is why we celebrate and we say Goeie Mora, we say Molweni, Avsheni, we say Dumelang. No matter where you're from in this beautiful country, we're so excited to put a smile on your face. And we look ahead, actually, to the Icons of Africa Awards 2026, where leaders, innovators, and cultural trailblazers will be honored in Johannesburg later this month.
And we always like to put the spotlight on rising stars.
Yes.
And this morning here at our Samsung DQX studio, we have Ariana Venus, who's been balancing music. Hey, there's business. There's also wellness somewhere in the mix while carving out her own lane in the entire industry.
Multi-talented. Clock it. Okay, thank you very much. But my friend, as the legendary Sarafina returns home to Soweto, we chat to the actresses bringing this powerful story of youth resistance and resilience back to the stage. I actually got to see Sarafina a few months ago. It was incredible. It was everything. So it had to come back because everybody said, we want more.
We want more, and I haven't watched it, so hopefully I will be able to watch it and give you guys my little input. Plus, we're reminded of the power of kindness through one simple act in Cape Town that touched hearts around the entire world. I don't even know what it is, so hopefully you guys will stay tuned for that. What's up next, Anza?
Oh, my beautiful family, you got to make sure you don't go anywhere. We've got lots. However, for now, let's get you up to date with what's happening around the world. It's Carissa and Graham with your news headlines and sports.
Beautiful ladies, thank you so much for bringing us here. Just 2 minutes after 6 o'clock. Good morning, Mzansi. I'm Cam bearing some news and we get started out nationally, where families representing victims of the 2022 Enyobeni Tavern tragedy have urged the Kugompo City Regional Court in Mdantsane to refer the matter for criminal prosecution against owners Siyakangela and Vuyokazi Ndevu and former bouncer Tembisa Diko. Attorney Vuyosile Makabi argued the operators failed to protect patrons during overcrowding and poor ventilation conditions that led to suffocation. Now, we also accused Buffalo City Municipality Police and the Eastern Cape Liquor Board of failing to enforce compliance measures at Tavern before tragedy occurred. In other local news, members of the South African Air Force and military veterans gathered at Bays Hill outside Pretoria to honour personnel who died in service to the country. Acting Air Force Chaplain Samuel Clive Brits said remembrance should inspire sacrifice, courage and selflessness. A newly appointed Air Force Chief, Lieutenant General Kar Malche, laid the first wreath during his first memorial service since taking command in April. Now, the ceremony also recognized South African Air Force contributions towards peacekeeping missions, disaster relief operations. Well, internationally speaking now, let's look onto the continent where Zimbabwean President Emmerson Mnangagwa has publicly commented for the first time on Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3, which proposes extending his presidential term from 2028 to 2030. Now, the bill also seeks to replace direct presidential elections with a parliamentary ballot system. Mnangagwa said citizens have been given a democratic opportunity to express their views during the nationwide consultation process, which is now concluded. Now, the matter will next move to Parliament's Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee before formal debate resumes when lawmakers return early next month. Meanwhile, South Africa's ambassador-designate to the United States, Rolf Meyer, has arrived in Washington, D.C., where he is expected to present his credentials later this week. The mayor replaces former Ambassador Ibrahim Rasool, whose tenure ended after his expulsion in March last year. Now, his appointment comes amid strained relations between Pretoria and Washington following President Donald Trump's claim about persecution of white farmers. Mayor's key responsibilities include rebuilding diplomatic trust, correcting misinformation, and strengthening trade relations and investor confidence between South Africa and the United States moving forward. Closing off your 6 o'clock news here with actor Pedro Pascal, who delighted Disneyland visitors after appearing undercover as a Mandalorian inside the Star Wars-themed Galaxy's Edge attraction. Now, guests were stunned when Pascal revealed himself during a surprise appearance promoting the upcoming film The Mandalorian and Grogu. Now, fellow cast member Sigourney Weaver, director Jon Favreau, and writer Dave Filoni also attended celebrations at the California resort. Now, Disney announced new Mandalorian-themed storylines and interactive features for the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's ride at Disneyland and Walt Disney World. The film continues the popular Disney Plus series and arrives in cinemas later this week alongside the attraction's official launch. Well, that's where we leave your 6 o'clock news. It's time now for sports.
It's quite a time in sports, and certainly in the footballing lane. So let's start there this morning. Arsenal moved one step closer to winning their first league title in 22 years, thanks to a 1-0 victory over Burnley last night. They certainly are delivering. So Kai Havertz scoring the only goal of the game to secure all 3 vital points, moving the Gunners now 5 points clear at the top of the table. Why is this so important? Well, tonight it's Man City's turn in the hot seat. If they fail to beat Bournemouth, Arsenal will be crowned Premier League champions. Don't think it's going to quite happen just yet, but you can dream, you can believe. Likewise, Real Madrid can start to dream again after a pretty dicey season. They've reportedly agreed terms with Jose Mourinho to become their next head coach. So Mourinho returns to Madrid 13 years after his first tenure, with the Spanish Giants hoping the Portuguese coach can bring stability back following a rather disappointing, as I said, trophyless season. Of course, Los Blancos are expected to make the announcement on Sunday, officially following their final league game of the season. Of course, with their arch rivals doing so well this season, that might have further compounded that decision. Now let's get into rugby and exciting news for Anathi Xolo, who has been named captain of the Springbok women's side. That's for their upcoming title defence of the Rugby Africa Cup. With 11 caps to her name, Xolo will lead a 28-player squad that is very exciting, includes 9 uncapped players ready to make their mark. That is South Africa prepare to face Madagascar, Kenya and Uganda. South Africa's cup campaign begins this coming Saturday with that clash up against Madagascar. Go and support if you can. Absolutely love the opportunity for new players as well. Well, a player who has become, well, the most consistent of all South African players in the IPL, I reckon, South Africa's Heinrich Klaasen has surpassed 2,000 Indian Premier League runs. Now, as the Sunrisers Hyderabad beat the Chennai Super Kings last night, and he was the lead role. Klaasen hitting 47 runs of 26 balls, kind of as he does, helping the Sunrisers chase down 181 for victory, seeing them now secure their 5-wicket win with 6 balls to spare. Making good when it counts as we approach the knockouts, but that's where we leave our sport for now. We'll do it all over again at 7 o'clock. It's a brand new day. It's been crazy weather across South Africa. Let's see if the seasons have shifted.
Well, let's get straight into your weather so we can prepare you for this Tuesday and beyond. We get started now in Polokwane, where your Tuesday brings you partly cloudy skies. Now, your temperatures, well, they start at a low of 8 degrees, but it rises to a nice high of 23. As we look into the next few days, tomorrow will bring you mostly cloudy skies with temperatures ranging between 8 and 24 degrees and no rain in sight going forward. That brings us to Klerksdorp next, where you start your week under mostly sunny skies. Now, your temperatures begin at a chilly low of 6, but it does reach a high of 21 degrees. In the upcoming days, sunny skies will dominate with temperature highs remaining in the low 20s. Let's move on into Pretoria next. On your side of town, you can expect partly cloudy conditions throughout your day today. Now, your temperatures range between 9 degrees and a warmer 21. And looking ahead, you can expect intervals of sunny and cloudy conditions, while tomorrow's temperatures rise from 9 to 22 degrees. A bit further into Gauteng now, we head to Johannesburg, where in the City of Gold today brings you mainly sunny skies. Now, temperatures will start from 6 degrees and rise to a set 17. And as we head into the rest of the week, expect temperature highs in the high teens, with lows remaining at 7 degrees until next week. Mbombela, let's see what we've got for you today. On this Tuesday, it's mostly sunny skies that will dominate your day. There is a 25% chance of rain, though. Temperatures, well, they'll range from a chilly 11 and rise to 22 degrees. And the week brings you mostly sunny conditions, with tomorrow's temperatures between 10 and 22. All right, beautiful Bloemfontein, you're up next, where it's bright and mostly sunny on your side of town. Temperatures will rise from a low 5 to a high of 20 degrees. Now, as we look ahead, a more humid and cloudier pattern does set in throughout your week, with highs ranging in the high teens to low 20s. Heading to Richards Bay next, where today you can expect clear skies, but also some pleasant conditions. Let's start with your temperatures. They range between a cool 16 to a more comfortable 24 degrees. But heading into the week, tomorrow brings you sunny conditions with temperatures ranging between 15 and 23. Out in Durban today, it's mostly sunny skies. That's the order of the day, with rain chanced at 25%. Now, your temperatures, they do start from 16, but climb to a pleasant 24 degrees as your high. And looking into the week, expect mostly sunny conditions until Friday, with the weekend looking cloudy. Tata, you're up next, where you can prepare for a mostly sunny day with subtle easterly winds. Now, your temperatures do climb from a brisk 12, but it rises to a high of 22. And over the coming days, there is cloud cover and the humidity levels will increase, with temperatures remaining in the low to mid-20s. As we head into an Uba, formerly known as Craddock, do know that you're in for a mainly cloudy but also humid day. Now, your temperatures move between a nippy 8 to a high of 22 degrees. And the next few days bring you cloudy and rainy conditions. Rain is chanced at 25% tomorrow. Come Thursday, it's sitting at a 45% chance. Gogompo City, formerly East London. On your side, you can expect cloudy skies with rain forecast, sitting at a chance of 60%. As for your temperatures, it rises from 16 to 21. And looking at your week ahead, expect cloudy and showery conditions with temperature highs in the low 20s. That brings us to Ebeja. In GQ, grey skies dominate today with high chance of rain. Now that is sitting at 70%. As for your temperatures, 16 is how we get started with a 20-degree high. Now tomorrow brings you cloudy and humid conditions with temperatures between 14 and 21 degrees. In the gorgeous George, good morning to you. You'll spend your day under cloudy skies with showers forecast at 45%. Bit of a chilly start. 13 degrees is your low with a high of 18 as the day develops. And going into the week, expect intervals of both sunshine and clouds with temperature highs remaining in those lower 20s. And then out in Cape Town, while the mother city stand up, cloudy skies dominate your day today. There are some noticeable southeasterly winds that we can already feel. Temperatures do range between 14 and 21 degrees. And in the coming days, expect cloudy skies to stick around with temperature highs in the high teens and even making those lower 20s. As we move into Sutherland, today brings you partly cloudy skies on your side with showers chanced at 65%. A brisk start, 6 degrees is how you open your eyes this morning, and then it increases to 14. Rainy days are not over, as tomorrow you can expect a 50% chance of rain with temperatures below 15 degrees. That brings us to Kimberley now, where your Tuesday brings you partly cloudy skies throughout the day. Temperatures range from 9 to a high of 23. Now, the coming days bring you partly sunny but also humid conditions with temperature highs remaining in the lower 20s. And finally, out in Uppington, the day starts partly cloudy with some intervals of sunshine along the way. Now, temperatures start at a low of 13 and rises to 27 as your high. Partly sunny week does lie ahead for you, with temperatures settling into a consistent pattern around 25 to 27 degrees. Seems that all is right in the world when Uppington is sitting in those higher 20s, but that does bring us into our sunrise view of this hour. Now, 6 o'clock has never looked this good. Our family out in PMB, Pietermaritzburg, Mr. Mervyn Fenner, got in touch with this stunning morning view. And as usual, it's a winning Tuesday indeed. So excited to get into the show with this view to lead us the way. 23 degrees is what you can expect on your side of town. And Mervyn, we wish you a beautiful Tuesday indeed. But listen, Mzansi, that's not where it ends. We still have 7 and 8 o'clock to get into. So prepare yourselves, clean that phone camera, go outside, snap a picture. Regardless of what it looks like, we want to see it. 063-036-9649. Get in touch and let us know. For now, though, some urgent news does beckon. We've got to help our Kendall to figure out which shoes he's going to be wearing today.
I know you're not going to send in a not spectacular sunrise view because your eye is amazing. You have that critical vision and you help us make the perfect choices every time on a Tuesday here on Expresso. Now, I've got to level up for winter and my shoe game needs a little bit of a level up as well. Boot season has officially entered the chat and we are here for that. So as I said, it is #Tuesday and I really do need your guys' help to help me decide between 4 stylish boot options. I would be happy with any of them. And I know Carissa always says that and then leads you to one, but I honestly would love any one of these 4 options. So let's go through them. I love the base look, first of all. I've got a lovely layered white long tee under a beautiful jersey, the chocolate chino pants as well, just feeling all the right kind of winter vibes. And those colors and that palette and the style lean into any one of these boots. So I would actually be okay with any baseline, but they're all really cool. So let's go through our stars of the show, if you will. So we're going to start with option 1, which is a classic tan leather Chelsea boot. I love these. I have a pair like this at home. I love the ombre effect on the tan leather as well. It just feels old school, very classy. And it feels like a nice level up as well if I need to kind of ramp up my corporate affairs for the day. Love that. Then we've got a brown wedge ankle boot with a modern edge as option 2. Something a bit more comfortable, a bit more rugged for the outdoors, but you can still dress it up. It's got a bit of playfulness to it. It's quite interesting, but I like the fact that you can play in 2 lanes with that. Still does look really smart. Beautiful. Then we kind of shift gears maybe up a notch here. We've got some black Chelsea boot lace-ups. Beautiful finish there. That's pure class for me, and that would certainly elevate the style of the outfit. Then I love option 4 as well, a brown chunky leather lace-up boot with a bit more of a rugged finish. And what I love the most about these, any one of these items, these pairs, will take me in a completely different direction with the outfit. So you can see it as a set online. Go over to our socials, and the choice is yours, please. I'm going to need your help. It's like choosing a favorite child this morning. So you can head over to the Expresso social media pages, vote for your favorite boot to finish off my awesome look, and we will embrace winter together. Don't forget to include hashtag styled by Willies, and then we'll give you your 5 moments in the sun a little bit later when we get into those comments. But I can't wait. I would love any one. Option 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, or D. I don't care. They're all great.
A tough choice, Gray.
And I do love that, and I mean that. I know you always say that, and then you kind of lead people.
Towards
you do the Jedi mind trick
really
and get people voting for what you like. But I absolutely love them, and clearly, looking at my gorgeous work wife today, I'm going to need to level up just a little bit, and the boots will make a big difference. She is fast becoming an icon in her lane.
I'll take it.
Exactly, and if you do get recognised in such a space, I think it's a different kind of level up within the industry. Yeah.
And out in Johannesburg, they are, of course, recognizing so many icons. It is the African Icon Awards, and I can't wait for the cultural trailblazers to just really be recognized as something incredible. So we're going to be sitting down with the people behind it in just a little bit. Expresso fam, grab that coffee and don't go anywhere.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, welcome back, Mzansi. It is your Feel Good Breakfast show on this beautiful Tuesday. Thank you for joining us. Just a few minutes into the show, and you know what we usually do. We pose a question to you. This time around, it might get you giggling and thinking about your upbringing. And we've asked you, what's the most African household rule that you grew up with? I don't know if this is African or South African, but I know for sure we had to be home before the street lights came on. Every single day, even before Seven Delan started playing, our seats, our bums needed to be on our couches in our houses. So let us know exactly what yours are. It could be as far right as possible. 0630369649 is how you get in touch with us. Otherwise, you can find us at Expresso Show across all our socials, Instagram as well as Facebook. But now though, we get into a really, really important conversation all about celebrating Africa and the creatives within it. In fact, the icons within it, with of course the Icons of African Awards. Girls, what do you have for us?
Oh, yes. Thank you so much, my beautiful Carissa. And listen, Mzansi, on the 30th of May 2026, you heard Carissa. We're doing something big. We're doing something exciting because right here in Johannesburg, we're going to become the beating heart of the African continent as the Icons of Africa Awards 2026 gathers leaders, innovators, policymakers, cultural trailblazers, and global influencers for a historic celebration of continental excellence. And it's so right in the month of May, right?
It is, and when we get a chance and a place to shine the spotlight on African excellence, count us in. So joining us in studio this morning, he is the Senior Creative Director of the awards ceremony. His name is Asavela Tupana. Everybody, please give him a feel-good welcome.
Oh, yes! Asavela, thank you for coming to Vela on Expresso.
It's such an honor, and I'm so happy to be here.
We're happy that you decided to join us today. So let's talk about the awards. End of May, you're the Senior Creative Director. When it comes to an event show like this, you guys are saying, look, it's not just an event, it's a movement. Why did you guys feel like you needed a platform like this?
All right, so one thing, we've got amazing African talents that are doing great stuff on a global stage.
Sure.
And we felt like they're not recognized enough here at home on the continent. So why not create something iconic, a stage like the Icons of Africa, to bring them together, all these beautiful African countries, and celebrate them here home and give them flowers while they're still alive, to smell these flowers.
I love that. And Asavela, I feel like it's so important for us as Africans to celebrate ourselves, right?
Very much so.
Yes, because only recently did people start going, we're actually onto something, because the rest of the world started looking to us. But we've always been onto something, right?
I feel like the world is only catching up now to how great we are, but because we're more visible. But we felt like now's the time to shine the spotlight on our own talents, starting here at home on the continent.
Yes, and speaking of people who deserve the spotlight, you yourself were an honoree last year. Talk to us about that, Asavela. What did it mean to you, and why was it so important that you were recognized by your peers and by the African continent as being an icon?
Honestly, during the ceremony that night, I was deeply emotional because it reminded me of where I started from and where I come from. You know, I didn't see much representation for me. I didn't have much examples, for especially what I wanted to do career-wise.
Sure.
So for me, this was deeply emotional, and I was just moved. It still means the world. I always look at my award and be like, damn, that really is me.
Oh, it's right here. That's all you. This is the one.
Right here.
Oh, I thought maybe this was just a dummy.
Let's read
it. It is.
Asavela Tupana, media strategist.
Oh, clock it. We love it.
So how does it feel going from winning an award last year to now being behind the scenes as the Senior Creative Director?
I will say, honestly, it's big shoes to fill in, but the committee, the organizers, the founder, they sat down with me. When they approached me, I was actually overwhelmed, but I was like, it's a challenge I'm willing to take on. And it's shoes I'm going to wear proudly so, and make sure that everything runs smooth, and I implement my ideas. And they loved my ideas. That's what really made me so excited as well to be part of this team.
I mean, you are an award winner after all. You know what I mean? You must listen to award winners, Gesana. Please, thank you.
Fair.
And Asavela, one thing I love about you guys is that you have a vision, right? Just like you're saying, you know, all of these ideas coming together. And you've described what you are doing with the Icons of Africa Awards as a premium quality, you know, entertainment platform. But on top of that, it's a platform that genuinely, like we said, celebrates Africans. Talk to us about how you allow it, though, to translate into this cinematic vision that comes together.
All right. So from the moment you step into the venue, I wanted it to feel timeless. Think African rich luxury aesthetics.
Yeah.
From the sound to the stage design, I really wanted it to feel cinematic.
Yes.
And once the guests step in, they need to feel like, oh, I'm stepping into the future of African excellence.
Yeah.
Think Met Gala, but
Okay.
make it Afro-futuristic
Ooh.
and glam, because, you know, Africans know how to dress up. And
Yes, we do.
Facts.
Sure. And talking about the visual aspect that you're bringing to the awards ceremony, you guys are also trying to, you know, just celebrate how Africa and how we see Africa. So what are some of the visual aspects that you're bringing to the award show?
Oh, that's a great question. So with the visual aesthetics, think of your black and gold aesthetics. Think of your, let's say, the stage design for number one as something. I'm even getting goosebumps thinking about it. So from the stage design to the visuals, there's an element of storytelling with each and every aspect of the show. From the pacing of the show itself, it's something that will blow the guests away.
I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like we must be blown away. 30th of May, we have
Please.
plans, my babes. We have to go and be, you know,
And the eyelashes need to be on
darling.
height.
Exactly.
We're about to
Yes.
be blown.
Exactly. I mean, you even mentioned the fact that there's, you know, Africans coming from different countries, different parts of the continent. And I'm just like, as South Africa, we also need to show up. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yes.
In fact, over 20 African countries that have confirmed to be attending.
Wow.
From your, let's say there's a vice president coming, there's ministers coming, even locally.
Sure.
There's cultural leaders, policymakers, influential people meeting on one stage to create magic and share the stage and be, you know, in unity.
I love that. Well, I mean, we'll be attending as the ministers of Expresso. Thank you. Please,
Oh,
this is we're
perfect.
confirming our
I
attendance.
thought you were going to say the ministers plus one.
No. As the ministers of Expresso, all protocol will be observed. But this is where I have to ask you, Asavela, because, you know, especially when we talk about a pan-African movement,
Yes.
you know, bringing all of those countries together, how are we going to allow that to happen really at the Icons of Africa Awards?
Bringing them together.
Yes, and how are we going to allow that pan-African movement that you guys want to put out there in terms of that message, in going in that direction? How are we going to allow that to happen?
Okay, firstly, I would like to say, even with the young Africans that are attending the event, I really want to feel them represented. They need to feel represented, seen as well, acknowledged and celebrated.
Yeah.
I mean, these young Africans seeing other leaders, you know, sharing the stage, acknowledging one another.
Yeah.
It's really something to take home for them. I need them to feel really inspired and pushed to you know, to go for more, because we are really great as Africans, unified.
100%. Thank you so much for creating a space, an award ceremony, a platform like this to just celebrate African excellence. We can't wait for the 30th of May.
We will be there, Asavela.
I will add that to my diary and
Thank
make sure
you.
that you guys both are there.
Thank
Guest
you.
list, we've
all
got it
protocol
sorted.
observed. Thank
Observed.
you. Thank you very much. And Mzansi, thank you so much for being here, because of course it starts with all of us when we say we are celebrating Africans, and we cannot wait to see Africa's finest under one roof.
Remember, it is hashtag the road to icons. It's almost complete, so make sure you secure your spot for a night of African royalty on the 30th of May 2026 at the Sanson Hotel. Tickets are moving quick, fast, and in a hurry, and it's available right now at Web Tickets, so you don't want to miss out on history in the making.
100%, my friend. Something else you don't want to miss out on. We got a lot coming your way, all right? You know we love a good recipe, which is why we're going to give you a no-fuss mealy bread recipe that is going to get you going and also allow you to just have some warmth in your house.
Oh, we
hey?
love it. And also, a few weeks ago, Zanzan and I said to you guys, we are terrible at reading. And Expresso, they're really trying to get us to read. So we have a book review. It is called The Dogs Are Vivo, maybe tonight, 8 p.m. It's the first time Zanzan and I are going to read in about 3 years. Everybody will see you after the ad break.
Only you can make my day.
You can't win it all, but everything, and I mean everything, can be lost. Let those words resonate through you just a moment. In The Dogs of Vivo, Sven Axelrad takes readers into the world of the mean monsoon. I think already people are like, what? A bar where three friends drift between their dreams, their desires, and that fragile hope of making it big. Can you feel that energy in you until a mysterious stranger changes everything? It's a novel that feels playful, nostalgic, philosophical, stylish, and mystifying all at the same time. So we have to be joined to understand this by the artist himself, the creator, Sven Axelrad, to chat about the story and the process behind it. I feel every time a book is released into the universe, we must applaud such a thing. So can my non-existing studio audience, you got to applaud yourself, Sven. You got to do it. There we go.
Thank you.
We got no flowers to give you, only these gorgeous.
I appreciate it.
No, you got your flowers in the form of an amazing creation here. How does one feel when even my English is improving now that I'm talking to an author? What is that feeling like when you do get to release this into the world? Is it terrifying? Is it exciting? How does that feel after you've spent so much and put so much into something like this?
I mean, just to give you some context, like I'm an accountant in my day job.
Get out.
I'm not just an accountant. I work at a company that makes tampons for a living.
Well, more power to you, brother. Yeah.
So when this comes out, this stuff for me is pure joy. Like, I can't tell you it any other way. This is the creative joy of my life. And I feel like I've fallen through a trapdoor. And all of a sudden, I'm in Cape Town. I'm talking to theatres of people. I'm on the morning show. Like, it's crazy for me, and it's just a beautiful happening.
Yeah, well, congratulations.
Yeah.
I think purpose kind of gets layered into our lives in funny ways, and it kind of feels like you wanted to achieve something with this.
Yeah.
There are so many threads being woven together here. So can you contextualize the story for us? Take us into your insane imagination, please.
Well, I mean, it's probably not a surprise, but most of us authors are a little bit narcissistic, and we write ourselves into everything.
You might have to be. I think
Yeah.
that's the jumping off point.
I mean, when I was 20-something, I worked in a bar. This is a book about that age where you really want something, but there's no way to get it without going through necessary ruin. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but at that age, I was working in a bar, studying my accounting degree at night, breaking into swimming pools with my friends, falling in love with the wrong girl. I asked a question at Franschhoek Literary Festival this weekend, and I said, who here has had an easy ride to adulthood? And I didn't see a single hand. And I think that this novel is about what you need to go through to become an adult. And it's okay to quote myself, right?
You're going to have to now. This is the tour, bud.
And it's just saying that adults are nothing more than children with scars.
Completely, dude.
Yeah.
And we wear those scars proudly. We validate ourselves by those scars.
Very much so,
we get a deep sense of belonging from that, but we also learn life's lessons through that process. Was that exercise for you? Is it for other people? Talk us through the process of writing this. How did you dip into the characters?
Yeah, it's very much for me. This is me trying to make sense of my own life. It's important that I tell you that I have no answers. I have a lot of questions.
Maybe after reading this, they'll have the right questions to ask, if nothing else.
That's what's so lovely about these books, is that I felt, I didn't know that I was making something that would resonate with other people, but everyone comes to me and they feel like we're asking the same questions together. And that's almost better than an answer.
Oh, completely, because we'll never get the answers unless there is the critical thinking.
Yeah.
I love that. I don't know where to begin with the tattoos. How does that, an accountant and a book and tattoos, belong together? What's the tale that's being told there, my friend?
I mean, the short answer is they don't belong together, right? But that's the beauty of being a human as well. Like, not everything makes sense, and where things get mashed up, something interesting usually happens, So I think the combo of my strangely put together life works for me. But these, I think of them as doodles. I think of myself as an old school desk, when everyone scratches a name on. But
and that lasts forever. That's history right there.
It does, but I have all my characters' names at some point tattooed on my chest. And every time I finish a novel, there's like a ritual that happens where that goes into the world, and then some of my characters come onto me.
Is that necessary to stop the process? I mean, you were a musician as well.
Yeah.
And I often ask musicians, how do you know when a song is perfectly imperfect?
Yeah.
Because it can't be the same as the last thing you heard. So what do you base it on? What is that internal yardstick to know? Okay, or can you never know?
I don't think you can know. I think you make something. Okay, small caveat. My wife's here. Like, there are people that you talk to.
You need your people around you.
I keep this thing completely secret. Probably writing for about a year, I will not tell a single soul, one soul, what I'm working on, because secrets are powerful.
I was going to say
in a bad way, but also in a good way. They're like an engine, and every time you're dying to tell someone, you turn that inwards,
channel it,
and you channel it into the novel. But to know when it's done. When I think it's done, I'll go and I'll find my wife and I'll read to her. I'll just read it out loud to her.
Oh man!
So she gets the audiobook and I gauge her responses. You know, if she's laughing, if she sheds a tear.
And bless our wives, that you get an unfiltered version of.
That's for sure. Yeah. Sometimes I get. Her looking at her phone instead of listening, and I realize this chapter's not great.
So this, you're saying, might be a counterbalance to small screens. It's that good. Paddy, I'm getting so excited, but not just because this makes me want to read the book and really do a deep dive there. I want to write a book now. I think people are going to be inspired by the way that you've gone through this process to get here as much as anything else. So enjoy the tour.
Thank you.
Enjoy engaging with readers. I know I'm getting a little bit emotional here, but it feels like you've let a child into the world, dude.
Oh,
That's a really, really beautiful thing. But I can feel from your level of excitement how just chuffed you are to have people engage with us, and that's a beautiful gift to the world. So well done, buddy.
Thank you so much.
It's a new tattoo loading at some point.
We can decide.
You see what I'm saying? I'll put you somewhere special, man. I'll do it. I'll do that for our guests. You know I will. Carissa laughs because I've got her tattoo somewhere on my body. No, absolutely beautiful stuff. Congratulations, my friend. The Dogs of Vivo leaves us in that in-between space. In fact, how I'm feeling right now, where friendship, ambition, and the loss all blur together. It's a part of life, and nothing stays fixed for long. It's a story about people trying to hold on to each other while it's quietly shifting beneath them. Please grab your copy of The Dogs of Vivo and get lost in what seems like the most magical world of Sven Axelrad. And please let us know and share the love as much as possible.
Well, that was a great conversation. And Mzansi, I've just got one question for you. Have you bought your Powerball Plus tickets for the jaw-dropping, wait for it, 93 million rand estimated jackpot today? Do not delay, please. Don't hesitate. Play now. How you can do so is you buy your tickets in store, or you can head to that website, nationallottery.co.za. If you have your phone in your hand, there's the mobile app or even your cell phone banking. Now, we posted all those details in case you missed them on @Expresso Show. You can find us across your socials, and then Panda Pusha Play Powerball Plus for that estimated jaw-dropping, once again, 93 million rand jackpot today, and you could just win big. I'm hoping that, all of the luck is in your favor as you head on out or access it on your phone. As we, of course, get back to the show, we've got delicious things cooking in the kitchen, a no-fuss mini bread that we've got to get our hands on. And then, of course, Sarafina is back at the Soweto Theatre. We'll get into that after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welkom terug allemaal. Jullie kijken nog steeds your Feel Good Breakfast Show right here on S3. And the one thing we love to do here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show is shine the spotlight on up-and-coming artists.
It's true, my friend. One thing I can tell you about this queen, she's only 20 years old. However, she's already doing the absolute most, already signed, already allowing us to enjoy great music, right? And honestly, I'm obsessed with her.
Oh, we absolutely love her. Her name is Ariana Venus, and she's decided to grace us with her presence. Ariana, welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Hello, gorgeous. How are you?
Hello, lekker, dankie.
That's good.
I can just hear Zan the entire interview. She's just going to go, baie.
Baie.
That's her go-to Afrikaans.
Baie gelukkig that you are here, my gorgeous girl.
Om te beklemtoon.
Ja, baie, dankie. And Ariana, you're known as a blast Macy. Like you love being on horses. You love being, on the rural side of life when it comes to being in this gorgeous country of ours. And that's where you grew up, right?
So dis actually 'n baie weird story. Ek het eintlik hierso groot geword.
Okay.
So dis nogal ek voel ja, ek het hierso groot geword, maar ek's 'n baie you only live once tipe persoon. Ek love dit om buite te wees.
Love
Ek sê
that.
altyd die enigste rede hoekom ek cope hierso is omdat ek in elk geval basically elke dag by my perd is.
Yes.
So ja, maar ek is definitief soos ek is 'n baie ja, dit voel vir my as werk is.
Oh,
I
we
love that.
it. Now, apart from the fact that you are a blast Macy, you love your horses, you love the music industry, but you're also a coach, also in the fitness industry. Hoe kry jy dit reg om alles te doen?
Ek weet nie, om dit eerlik mee te wees, as mense vir my vra hoe balanseer ek als ek is, girl, as jy uitvind sê my, want ek weet ook nie. Ek's nie 'n coach nie, ek's bietjie meer soos ek het nie soos 'n graad in dit of ek het nie 'n ek het nie 'n graad in dit nie.
Okay.
Maar ek love dit. Ek was nooit in die fitness ingewees nie. Ek was daai girl gewees wat jy nooit in die gym sou kry nie.
Ja.
So ek sou gym toe gaan en 'n selfie neem en dan huis toe gaan. So ek is nou so 3-4 jaar terug wat ek begin het met die fitness. So ek moet sê dit het my baie sein gehou deur alles wat gebeur het in die laaste 4 jaar. So nee, nou love ek dit.
Look, ons kan sien die lyfie meisie.
Ja, baie.
Ja, baie
sexy. Ja, mooi. And Ariana, I think one of my favorite things about you is the fact that you're so young, but you're already part of such a big label. Talk to us about this, especially you joining Select Music. What was it that really allowed you to grow, and how does it feel even just being part of it and dropping your first single, actually? Talk to us about it.
Ja, so dit is 'n droom wat ek nog altyd gehad het. Ek was daai meisie gewees toe ek klein was wat die bure of soos 8 uur is hulle soos kan hierdie meisie asseblief net sagter sing want ek is Whitney Houston hierso 9 uur die aand.
No.
Ek dink dit was nie so erg nie, ek dink dit kon erger gewees het. Maar dit was 'n droom wat ek nog altyd gehad het want ek baie klein is. En ek moet sê ek is baie gelukkig by Select. Ek moet sê ek dink regtig ek is vir 'n rede op daai pad gesit. Maar daai het ook op 'n baie snaakse manier gebeur. So ek was op 'n reality TV show gewees, die kontrak.
Ja.
En op daai punt was ek nog nie gesign by Select nie. En hulle het my gekontak, maar ek kon op daai punt nie met hulle kon ek nog nie in 'n kontrak ingegaan het nie. En ek was die hele tyd soos, damn, hierdie is so 'n goeie geleentheid. En 'n hele paar jaar later wat baie goed gebeur. Ek het my pa verloor en ek het baie soos vir 'n jaar lank nie sy ophou sing nie, maar ek moes baie soos ek my hele lewe uiteindelik stil gestaan op 'n punt.
Ja.
En ek het omtrent vir 'n jaar lank wat ek net eintlik maar by myself gesing het soos gitaar, maar ek het nie shows gedoen nie, ek het nie reg gesing nie. En toe die een dag toe lê ek, dit was so random, dit was 'n Sondag geweest, ek onthou dit so goed. Dit was letterlik so random geweest. Het ek in my bed gelê op 'n Sondag en ek het soos en het soos letterlik 'n span van 5 minute.
Ja.
Wat ek Select gebel het. Ek was soos luister, onthou julle so 2 jaar terug het julle my gekontak. Ek is op om soos te praat. En ja, van daar af is dit net amazing.
When
The rest was history.
when your time is right, your time will come.
Nee, 100%.
Yo, okay, let's talk about your track. It is called As Ek Lief Is. And that one is very raw, it's very poetic. Hoekom was dit so belangrik om 'n liedjie soos hierdie een te maak?
Ek dink persoonlik, ek het hier al baie gesê, maar ons as Suid-Afrikaners, ons is baie lekker mense, ons is soos, jy weet, ons maak grappies oor alles en we joke to cope with things.
Yes.
En ek dink mense sien ons as 'n baie soos oppervlakkige nasie, maar ons is eintlik baie diep mense. And we really love to relate with something.
Ja.
So ek dink hierdie is ek voel dis 'n ander kant van my ook, maar ek dink is 'n song wat soveel mense mee kan relate. En vir ons ek dink daar's elke liewe persoon het al op 'n punt gekom waar hulle iewers iets of iemand moes laat gaan het waarvoor hulle baie lief is. En dit is gebaseer op die saying wat sê, if you love somebody, let them go.
Yes.
And if it's meant to be, they'll come
Ooh, it's hard sometimes.
Ariana, today we're not gonna let you go. You're staying right here and you're going to sing for ons, and we are very excited. But
Thanks for plan.
yes, ons is baie trots vir
God,
jou.
that's so lovely.
Okay,
love it.
thank you, beautiful.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm also baie trots of myself. But genuinely, babe, you're so young, already killing it. Well done. And this is why we're so glad we get to celebrate you today. Thank you.
My Feel Good family, if you didn't know, her name is Ariana Venus, and shout out to her for joining us today. You can obviously find her latest single. It is As Ek Lief Is.
Yeah, and honestly, my friend, ek is baie trots. En ek also baie lief vir jou. En jy in Kaapstad, baie. Hoe gaan dit daar so in Kaapstad? Speak van ons.
Goed julle, ons het 'n gewonderlike tyd.
Ek is 'n bietjie senuweeagtig om hierdie nee man, ek weet nie wat 'n mielie is. It's
It's a mielie.
But sweet corn,
No, it's a mieliebrood. Dit is wat ons maak vandag.
mieliebrood, broodjies.
Dankie.
No, it looks amazing in any language. This is going to be a win. Okay, everyone's looking around us and laughing right now. That's okay. That's kind of our feel. I had
Ons
to.
probeer, okay?
I helped Jack with his mondeling the other day, and it was awesome. Okay, we can do it. Afrikaanse mondeling, we've got you.
If we
you want
can do it, we can do it, and vice versa. It's Africa Month, and that's what we are celebrating. Let's stick to English just for now. It's time to celebrate the flavors that bind us across all of our borders, while many countries across the continent have their own cherished variation of corn-based bread. Here in South Africa, nothing beats a warm, freshly baked mielie bread. That's what we're making. Comforting, affordable, and the perfect addition to your winter table.
Mieliebrood.
We've been staring at this mielie bread
for
for so long.
president. Yeah, we're going to eat that mielie bread, the whole loaf.
The whole loaf.
None of the cameramen, no one else is allowed.
You all laughed at
anything.
us, so you don't get any, okay?
And the way you told me I'm going to make this and eat this tonight was if I'm not getting any of that. So I'm going to just sneak a piece.
It's so good you'd want to repeat it. All right,
I love
dry
it. So
ingredients.
and a simple process, you promised, hey?
Yes.
So let's keep it simple.
Self-raising flour, let's
Okay.
start there. And then we're heading into some molten salt or normal salt.
How
and then
much of this?
also
All of it?
All of it.
Yeah, I love
and also
molten
chili
salt.
flakes.
All
You
of
want
it?
to kind of balance
Yes, I love chili
because
flakes.
mielies are kind of sweet, eh?
Yeah, and it's a beautiful flavor profile. As they cook, they get more buttery and nutty, and they're gorgeous. It's
No cheese yet.
No cheese yet.
Gonna melt this
See, I
butter
was
just
taking a
really
leaf out of
quickly.
Carissa's book and just going to go. I just go and put
Then we need
everything.
to go in with our wet
Okay, so I'm going to mix
ingredients.
through our dry.
Mix through the dry, and then we'll go in with our wet ingredients. So we're going eggs.
Okay, so we were told this kind of identifies as a batter more than a dough. So it's going to be slightly different, and this comes from Chef Jay, just explaining that it's a slightly different pressure point. So when we do bake it, you bake it for a little bit longer, for 45 minutes at this volume. But he recommended that, and I think it's quite cute to do it as individual portions, to do it as little kind of muffins, little savory muffins.
So
would be
good.
absolutely delicious. You can still fill your house with the smell of baking beautiful bread. Okay, so you melted the butter a little
Melted
bit.
the butter. Our kitchen is functional, okay?
Yeah.
And then we're gonna mix
So-
that
and
all
it's
together.
beautiful. I'm enjoying spending time in this kitchen more than ever before this year.
Right?
Hey, we've been cooking.
And
this
really
year.
great stuff. Oki, Jay, you all have really.
Firing off Clem, Mr. Award-winning Clem. We've got our Bake That Thing on a Friday now.
Oh.
I love that. We no longer have to choose between baking and cooking, which Culinary Hotline always felt like we were having to choose our favorite child.
Yeah, some kind of compromise. Okay.
That looks great.
Then we're gonna pour the wet with the dry.
Dun, dun, dun. In Menghom.
Yeah, Menghom. Okay.
We're thinking
It's
of
not
merging.
waste. And you fold the cheese in last, so you get little bits of cheese
Okay.
along the way.
Sort of everywhere.
Oh, a little bite of cheese as you go, because as you cook it, of course, the flavors are going to infuse, and it's going to be delicious. Doesn't that already smell so
It
good?
actually already smells amazing. It smells like summer, and then you cook it, and it's going to smell like winter.
Oh my gosh!
but-
This, a cup of soup, or
Get
like
out.
a bowl of soup with this on the side.
I love it. And obviously chicken and sweet corn go beautifully together. So why have a chicken and sweet corn soup when you can have a beautiful chicken and veg soup with a sweet
With the
corn
sweet
bread?
corn bread.
There we go.
We are really geniuses.
You're rationing my cheese, okay?
Bit by bit.
This is
Sticking
the
a
first
little.
time I've seen you use any measure of moderation in the kitchen ever.
It's stuck to the bottom.
That looks wonderful. And it is quite a thick, stodgy mix.
Yeah, really, really good with folding.
This is all I got, man. That's pretty much the only kitchen technique that I can do.
Do you bake often?
No, I bake terribly, but I do try for special occasions. Actually, I'm with my niece. We bake for my mom and my sister Mother's Day little citrus loaf thing. We try to go like the low carb route and everything, which obviously was a disaster. But it was with the amount of lemon icing we put over everything. It was heaven. No, I do love baking for the experience of baking with the kids in my life. So my little niece and my own kids, we do love doing that sort of stuff when we've had the chance. So I would recommend.
It does take some time.
We've greased the tin.
Grease the tin and throw the mixture
I've grown up there. I have become a whole adult.
Yum. All right, the QR code is, of course, on your screen. You can scan it and then get this recipe. But it's really simple. What was that, like 5 ingredients?
And I see what Jay means. It is a stiff dough, which is actually quite nice, but it's not difficult to work with. So it transfers easily.
Yeah.
And then 45 minutes at 180 degrees. We are also warned that you really must do the skewer test beforehand because you don't want this to be too stodgy. It is quite a nice, dense bread, as we will discover right now when we put it in our mouth.
And also, this with some cheese. You could have it sweet or savory.
Oh, look, I tend towards savory, you know that, on most days. But I do think this could be delicious. Sweet but savory, it looks spectacular. Ching, ching, everybody.
Cheers.
Scan the QR code and create and take photos. And if you're going to do this next to soup, I want to see you sitting next to a fire eating it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bon appetit.
I knew it was going to be a 10 out of 10.
That's great.
Oh my gosh, that is so good. All right, we'll take the shortest break, finish this loaf, and we'll see you after that.
My goodness.
Wow.
That's yummy, huh?
What if your dessert came with a little extra and 2,000 Rand in your pocket? Stand a chance to win one of 3 2,000 Rand cash prizes, plus a smooth, creamy Country Fresh hamper. To enter, post a pic or video showing us how you add that extra to your favorite dessert using Country Fresh mango and vanilla alongside your pack. Tag @countryfresh_SA and @Expresso Show and use hashtag #CountryFreshDesserts. Competition closes midday 20 May. T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We are closing up the first hour, making sure that our G-Man is dressed to the absolute nines. Now, earlier we asked you to help Graham choose the perfect pair of winter boots to finish his look. So let's see what you had to say. All right, we had options 1 all the way through till 4, and Lindo Tolo got in touch just saying, good morning, Expresso Show. Graham will look good in any pair, but I will choose option 1. Thank you so much, Linda, for being so forthcoming with your request. Let's see what else we got when it comes to your options. Fiona also got in touch. Good morning, Expresso team. Definitely option 1. It's bold. It is beautiful. It is Graham. Isn't it so, Graham? I've got a sneak peek of what he looks like in the corner, and I will say that the options are definitely leaning in his favor. All right, let's see what Mario had to say as well. Mario Carlsa, number 1, is very gorgeous. Would love to wear and see myself in it, in fact. Well, Mario, you definitely have the opportunity to, because you can go to Woolworths and buy yourself a pair. Let's see one more comment coming through. It seems like all option 1. Will this one also be option 1? Amelia says, good morning, my Expresso family. Option 1, have a great day. Thank you, Amelia. We wish you a beautiful day as well, and an even better day to our boy Graham, because wow, oh wow, you have chosen the right pair. These boots, they're made for walking. Graham, walk on in. Dun, 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 dun,
Beautiful.
dun, dun.
I love a Chelsea boot. I absolutely love a Chelsea boot. I might even give you a little.
Ooh, a little 1-2.
Hey, no, I love these. Absolutely love these.
Okay, they didn't catch the
Now,
dance.
if you
You're
want
gonna
to
have
see
to do
that
the
again,
dance
you
again.
can see it on our TikTok account.
A little bit of a 1 and a 2. And a...
I love it. Absolutely love them. I love a Chelsea boots. I've got 2 pairs of Chelsea boots at home. Because I love them
Beautiful.
so much. But absolutely stylish and also super comfortable, but dressed up.
I like that.
And that for this stage of life where I've got to adult quite a lot,
Yeah.
this really does work for me. I love the chocolate brown and the tan combo as well.
The ombre
Marriage.
effect looks incredible.
And now you've got the different chocolates and the browns through texture. 3 completely different textural elements that tie together so succinctly. You guys are good, yo.
Oh, he knows
Eh?
fashion.
They know fashion.
They know fashion.
You know fashion. Well
Mzansi,
done,
thank you
guys.
so
Thank you.
much. It was a unanimous decision. Option 1 had to be the way to go. He looks incredible. And Mario, I really do hope that you get yourself a pair.
I'll send you mine. I'll send you mine, Mario.
Let us know what size you are too. You will definitely look as good as Graham. So whether you're leaning toward timeless Chelsea boots as he has, the rugged lace-ups, or even sleek everyday styles, the right pair of boots can really instantly elevate your winter wardrobe. So you can shop the latest winter footwear and more at Woolworths in-store, online, and of course on the Woolworths app. Well, as Graham looks fantastic heading into the second hour of the show, let's officially get it started with your national news headlines. Where damage assessments are continuing across the Garden Route and Little Karoo after successive storms killed 3 people and caused widespread flooding, power outages and road closures. Now, authorities say some communities have been without electricity for nearly 2 weeks, while routes including Meeringspoort Pass and roads in the Langkloof remain inaccessible. Garden Route Disaster Management Head Gerard Otto said Eskom teams are struggling to reach areas because of muddy conditions and damaged infrastructure. Farmers have tractors to tow Eskom vehicles, communities during ongoing restoration efforts. In other local news, families representing victims of the 2022 Enyobeni Tavern tragedy have urged the Kagompo City Regional Court in Mdantsane to refer the matter for criminal prosecution against owners Siyakangela and Vuyokazi Ndevu and former bouncer Tembisa Diko. Now, attorney Vuyosile Makabi argued the operations failed to protect patrons during overcrowding and poor ventilation conditions that led to suffocation. He also accused Buffalo City Municipality Police and the Eastern Cape Liquor Board of failing to enforce compliance measures at Tavern before tragedy occurred. In your international news making headlines now, US President Donald Trump says he postponed a planned military strike against Iran after requests from leaders in Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. Trump said ongoing negotiations could produce an agreement preventing Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons, while warning military action remains possible if talks fail. The announcement comes amid declining domestic support for the conflict and concerns over regional instability. Now, Iran warned the United States against further miscalculations as tensions continue over nuclear demands, sanctions, and control of the strategically important Strait of Hormuz waterway. In other news, Zimbabwean President Emmerson Mnangagwa has publicly commented for the first time on Constitutional Amendment Bill No. 3, which proposes extending his presidential term from 2028 to 2030. Now, the bill also seeks to replace direct presidential elections with a parliamentary ballot system. Mnangagwa says citizens have been given a democratic opportunity to express their views during the nationwide consultation process, which is now concluded. Now, the matter will next move to Parliament Justice's Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee before formal debate resumes when lawmakers return early next month. For your 7 o'clock news, we end off here with more than 260 volunteers who gathered at Chichester Harbour in Portsmouth to help restore native oyster reefs by developing 20,000 oysters into English waters. Now, the initiative forms part of the Solent Seascape project, led by conservation groups and marine scientists, aiming to revive biodiversity, improve water quality, and reconnect communities with maritime heritage. Native oyster populations in the Solent have sharply declined over the past century despite their importance in sustaining marine ecosystems. Now, scientists say each oyster can filter up to 200 litres of water daily. Organisers praise the overwhelming public support, calling the restoration project a significant milestone for marine conservation in the United Kingdom. On that feel-good note, we end off your 7 o'clock news. Let's get the latest in sports from our newly booted grey.
Well, thankfully, no one's getting the boot just yet. Let's start with football, and Arsenal, in fact, moving in the opposite direction, one step closer to winning their first league title in 22 years. Oh, some nervy moments ahead of us, thanks to that 1-0 win over Burnley last night. Kai Havertz scoring the only goal of the game to secure all 3 vital points, now moving the Gunners 5 points clear at the top of the table. Why is this such a big thing? Well, tonight it's Man City's turn in the hot seat. If they fail to beat Bournemouth tonight, Arsenal will be crowned Premier League champions. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, shall we? We're going to focus on the flip side of that footballing journey, as Real Madrid have reportedly agreed terms with Jose Mourinho to become their next head coach as they look for a rebirth this season. Mourinho returns to Madrid 13 years after his first spell, in fact, with the Spanish Giants hoping the Portuguese coach can bring some stability back following a very disappointing trophyless season. Of course, seeing their arch rivals shine as well. Los Blancos are expected to make the announcement officially on Sunday following their final league game of the season. Exciting times indeed. Now let's get into rugby to add even more fuel to that fire. Anati Xolo has been named captain of the Springbok women's side for their upcoming title defence of the Rugby Africa Cup. With 11 caps to her name, Xolo will lead a very exciting 28-player squad that includes 9 uncapped players ready to make their mark. That is South Africa prepared to face Madagascar, Kenya and Uganda. South Africa's Africa Cup campaign begins on Saturday with a clash against our almost neighbours, Madagascar. Now we can get into cricket, and it seems like Mr. Consistency has been at it again. In fact, it's marked by the numbers. South Africa's Heinrich Klaasen surpassed 2,000 Indian Premier League runs as his Sunrisers Hyderabad beat the Chennai Super Kings last night. So Klaasen hitting as he does, 47 of just 26 balls, helping the Sunrisers chase down 181 for victory and seeing them secure that 5-wicket win with 6 balls to spare in the end. The teams and the individuals, certainly from a South African perspective, hitting their straps at just the right time. In fact, they've been in form all season, and we love it for the fans. Right now, for you, we love a breezy road into work. Let's get into the traffic. Let's kick you off in Goodwood, down in Cape Town on the N7 South at the N1 inbound ramp, heading towards Goodwood and Monte Vista. That's in the direction of the CBD. Traffic is now slowly building, and daily commuters are advised to allow for a little extra travel time. A lot of people getting to work a little bit earlier this morning for some reason, but you're going to have to battle your way through that, so please be aware. Let's get into the weather. Good morning, Polokwane. That's where we start our weather track. Your Tuesday brings you partly cloudy skies. Your temperature starting at a low of 8 degrees, rising to a high of 23 for your Tuesday. Then tomorrow will bring you mostly cloudy skies, temperatures ranging between 8 and 28 degrees. And we kind of stick to the low to mid-teens throughout the rest of the week. Klagstorp, a good morning to you as you start your week under mostly sunny skies. Following on from yesterday, temperatures begin at a low of 6 and going to reach a low high of 21 degrees today. But in the coming days, sunny skies will dominate your temperature, highs in the low 20s right the way throughout, and very little rain to speak of as well. Moving to our capital, you can expect partly cloudy conditions throughout your day. Pretoria, temperatures ranging between 9 and 21 degrees. Then looking ahead, you can expect intervals of sunny and cloudy conditions, while tomorrow's temperature rise will kick off at 9 and set at 22 degrees. And it pretty much stays in the low 20s throughout the rest of the week. Josie, a very good morning to you as you look up to sunny skies today, and that's how it's going to stay. Albeit rather chilly, started at 6 degrees, going up to only 17 today. And going into the week, expect temperature highs in the high teens and the lows remaining at 7 degrees until next week. Clearly, the seasons have kicked in. That change. Mbombela, we are you at your next stop. Mostly sunny skies will dominate your day. There's a 25% chance of rain for your Tuesday. And looking forward, temperatures ranging from an 11 to a 22 degrees today, and then the rest of the week, mostly sunny conditions persisting, and those temperatures hanging around in the low 20s. Moving to Bloemfontein, it's a bright, mostly sunny day on the cards for you in your neck of the woods. Temperatures will rise from a chilly start, a low of 5 degrees to a high of 20. Then looking ahead, a more humid and cloudier pattern is going to set in through the coming week, highs ranging in the high teens to low 20s. We move to Richards Bay next, and you can expect clear skies and pleasant conditions. Temperatures ranging between a cool 16 and a very comfortable 24 degrees. And then tomorrow brings you some more sunny conditions, your temperatures ranging between 15 and 23. And then we start to push up to the higher 20s with a slight chance of rain as we move towards next weekend. Down in Durbs, our playground has mostly sunny skies above it today. You will have a 25% chance of rain, though, at some point. And then temperatures climbing from 16 to a pleasant 24 degrees, despite that little bit of inclement weather. Looking into the rest of the week, mostly sunny conditions persisting until Friday. Just a little bit of cloud cover to take us into the weekend. Tata, you can prepare for a mostly sunny day with a subtle easterly wind. And your temperatures climbing from a brisk 12 to 22 degrees, balmy 22. Over the coming days, cloud cover and humidity levels will increase. Your temperatures remaining in the low to mid 20s with a little bit of rain kicking in towards the weekend. Mquba, formerly known as Craddock, you're in for a mainly cloudy and humid day today. Temperatures moving between a rather nippy 8 and a high of 22 degrees. As we cast a forward glance in the next few days, it's going to bring you cloudy and rainy conditions. Your rain chance at 25% tomorrow, and that kicks up to 45% come Thursday. To Kokompo City we now move. And Tuesday is, or your day today, is going to bring you cloudy skies, and 60% of your day is going to be enjoying rain. It's as simple as that. Temperatures rising from a cool 16 to set at 21 degrees today. Then looking at your week ahead, you've got cloudy and showery conditions hanging around. Your temperatures, the highs in the low 20s as a result of that weather. Gqeberha, grey skies dominating today and a very high chance of rain, 70% in fact, keeping your temperature range between 16 and 20. And then we stick to the low 20s for the rest of the week. Tomorrow brings a cloudy and humid day, temperatures between a low of 14 and that high of 21 degrees. Gorgeous George, how are you feeling today? Well, a little bit depressed. Your sky is a little bit cloudy and showers forecast at 45%. But the temperatures will rise from a cool 13 to 18 today as a result, and then stay in the high teens. You can expect the week to have intervals of sunshine and clouds, your temps in the highs in the low 20s. As we move to the mother city, where cloudy skies will again dominate, a noticeable southeasterly wind that kicked in proper last night. Temperatures ranging between 14 and 21 degrees. And then in the coming days, cloudy skies sticking around with temperatures your high teens and low 20s throughout. Sutherland, today you've got partly cloudy skies and a 65% chance of rain. Temperatures moving from a biting 6 to only 14 degrees today. Then rainy days are not over, as tomorrow you can expect 50% chance of rain. Temperatures below 15 degrees, and they kind of stick to those mid to high teens for the rest of the week. Kimberley, your Tuesday brings you a partly cloudy sky throughout the day. Temperatures ranging from a brisk 9 to a high of 23 degrees. Then in the coming days, you've got partly sunny and humid conditions kicking in. Temperature highs in the low 20s. And then we shift gears finally to arrive in Uppington. Good morning, Uppies. The day stays partly cloudy above you with intervals of sunshine. Your temperature starts at a low of 13, going to a beautiful 27 degrees today. I'm sure it feels a bit hotter in Uppington. Partly sunny week then ahead of us, with temperatures settling into a consistent pattern around 25, 27 degrees. 6-7. Tomorrow, of course, we'd love to see how you are waking up. So let's go through our beautiful sunrise views and see how you guys view and embrace the world when you wake up. So the sunrise view of this hour sent in by a legend in these parts, Keith Dyer from Ganubi. He is their chief PR agent. and it is 21 degrees today in Kokompo. Enjoy it, embrace it. There is a lot of hope and promise and excitement in the sun coming up like that. If you think you can beat it, can you do one better? Prove it from your lens to our screens. I promised you your 5 minutes in the sun. We want to see the sun in your neck of the woods. Share that sunrise view with us, 0630369649. That's how you stay connected to your Feel Good Breakfast show. And we will stay connected with you. We're going to take a brief hiatus to recharge the coffee cup, and then we are back for more excitement after this.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
You're still on your Feel Good Breakfast show, indeed, right here on S3. And Mzansi, we're having such a beautiful one with you. And you know we love to have important conversations, which is why today we're talking about something so many women experience, but not nearly enough of us talk about: menopause. For many, it shows up quietly at first, where you have sleepless nights, sudden hot flushes, moods that feel unfamiliar, and before you know it, you're navigating something you can't quite name. But today, we're opening up that conversation that so many of us needed years ago, and we're doing so with two women who've lived it and found their way through it. So everyone, please help me give a very warm welcome to Angelique Kharba and Zandine Hlapo, everybody. Hello, my gorgeous ladies. How are you?
Very good news, Anile.
I'm amazing, thank you. All the better for having this conversation with you ladies. I am loving this matchy-matchy over here.
Thank you for the invitation.
Of course. Ladies, let's jump right to it, because I definitely feel like so many people are going to be able to relate this morning when we talk about our ladies. So talk to me. When did you first realize that something had shifted and now you were moving into a different part of your life? Let's start with you, Angelique.
Well, the thing is, I couldn't really put a name to it. It was, all of a sudden, I was always someone that could just sleep. like a dead person. And all of a sudden, you know, I was waking up, I was getting night sweats. Oh my gosh, and the irritability levels was sky high. So I just thought, you know what, let me go to my doctor.
Yeah.
And that's the first time in my life that I've ever heard of something called perimenopause.
Yes.
So she put a name to it.
Yeah.
And yes, I mean, it just all made sense to me all of a sudden, because I was like, am I going crazy? Am I losing my mind?
Yeah.
What's going on with me? And it's just a natural part of being a woman.
100%. And Zandi, I mean, you've shared so openly about it. When did the shift happen for you?
I'm 50 now, so the shift started happening around my 40s. I was just burning up like a literal primer stove.
Yeah.
I just had hot flashes like mad. I was always sweaty. I just didn't understand what the problem was, to an extent that I thought, maybe I'm just stressed, you know. The way I was sweating, my daughter even put in an aircon in my room. So that I can cool down most of the time.
Thank goodness for daughter.
And every time I came out of the shower, it just got even worse. But I didn't know what it was. I didn't understand what was going on with me.
Yeah.
I was irritable. I was very, very irritable. Extremely. I didn't have night sweats at that point in time. But gradually, I could see my mood swings as well were changing.
Yeah.
And I'm forgetful. And so it just becomes a myriad of things that are happening on your body where you just can't identify what exactly is going on here. You know, and you are morosed most of the time. You end up being so depressed.
You're mentioning things that I don't think a lot of people take into account, right? Because yes, we know about things such as the hot flashes that you ladies have mentioned, or sleepless nights. But what are the other symptoms that other people genuinely wouldn't know about?
So I think it depends from individual to individual.
Yeah.
You know, not everyone will have the same. I know when I look at my mom, when she went through it, it's kind of the same symptoms as what I'm experiencing. She didn't have the hot flashes and the sweats and all of that.
Okay.
But it was also a lot of forgetfulness, irritability, depression. The depression is bad. Really, the mental health part of going through menopause is once again something that we just don't talk about enough. So this is just wonderful that, you know, we can have a space like this to talk about it. Because there's really a variety of different symptoms.
And I can imagine you don't know much about it until you experience it, right?
Yep, and there's so many symptoms, but the ones that are prevalent the most with most women is hot flashes, night sweats, irritability. Those are the most common ones.
Fatigue.
And fatigue, and absolute fatigue.
What are the options for the ladies who might be experiencing what you did when you realized that you had perimenopause? And also on top of that, you know, why does Cerealist Meno stick out so much for you?
Well, there are other options, which are menopause hormone therapy, you know, and there are options that are non-hormonal, like Cerealist Meno. And when I heard of the product, I immediately jumped on it because ultimately that's what I prefer, non-hormonal, you know. And also it's scientifically backed at the end of the day. And we know for a fact that something that's scientifically backed is going to go a long way.
Yes, I love that.
And it's also suitable for women that have breast cancer or had a history of breast cancer, which is amazing because, you know, often there's not many options for them when they go through menopause.
Sure, I actually didn't even know that. That's incredible.
And then obviously for me, it's just the simplicity of it. You take one pill anytime during the day. Morning, for me, the best time is mornings because then I remember. Otherwise, I forget because I'm a single mom of 3 kids. I'm very busy. So it's also just the simplicity of it. It's so easy to do. Just take one pill and there you go.
Any time of the day, actually,
Beautiful. And you've been taking it now?
I've been taking it for about 6 weeks now, and the key is consistency. And it has reduced most of my symptoms, the ones that bothered me the most.
Love that.
Which is my night sweats, my hot flashes, and my fatigue as well.
So you guys recommend this to your friends, your family, our family here at Expresso at home? You say yes.
Absolutely. It's non-hormonal. If your preference is non-hormonal, then this is the best option for you. that's
love
on the
that.
market right now.
I love-
As far as I'm concerned, because I'm taking it.
Yes, and Zandi, you were saying that you even have a friend who is trying it out as well.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
I've got a friend that was trying it out, and I must say she was very snappy.
Yes.
That's the only snappy person. So when I called her and asked her, so how is Saralis Menon treating you? She was like, listen, it's doing the Lord's work.
Yes, that's the one.
So much calmer now.
Oh, beautiful. Ladies, thank you so much for coming through. Thank you for having this conversation with us. Thank you for warning some of us as well,
Yeah.
you know. And we really appreciate it because you've also given us a solution. So we appreciate you.
At least now you know where to go.
Exactly.
You know, when it starts, you know where to go.
Exactly.
And it's very accessible. I mean, you can literally get it at Clicks or Discam.
Yeah, independent pharmacies, online
Lovely.
as well.
Zanzi, do you see why we like to have these conversations? It's to give you the power so that you, my friend, do not have to be, in fact, in that situation where you're like, I don't know what to do. So to every woman quietly pushing through, you don't have to. Hot flushes, night sweats, disrupted sleep, irritability, these are real symptoms that deserve real support. Speak to your pharmacist or healthcare provider to learn more about Seralis Meno, a non-hormonal, clinically studied option. Visit the Seralis website to learn more as well. You're still right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. It's so good to be with you.
Well, Mzansi, after that really important conversation, I've just got one question for you. Have you bought your Powerball Plus tickets for the jaw-dropping 93 million rand estimated jackpot? Because it only goes down today on this Tuesday. So please do not delay. Play now. And how you do so is that you buy your tickets in store, or you can head to the website, nationallottery.co.za. There is, of course, the mobile app or even your cell phone banking you can access. Now, we posted all of these details on our Expresso social media pages. Go and check them out, and then Panda Pusha play Powerball Plus for that estimated 93 million rand jackpot today. And I'm just saying that you could win big.
Now, I will just warn you, we're going to have an emotional discussion, certainly from a parent's perspective, but I think for young people who have lived with the condition of lupus, the world knows so little about it. It goes on unhidden. There are battles being fought every day in South Africa and abroad, and today we shed a light. It is Lupus Awareness Month, and Una and Willow have joined us to take us inside that journey so we can get a pure perspective on what's being done and what it takes to get through a challenge like that, not just for an incredibly brave teenager, but for the family around her. And I love the fact that the tribe is gathering to support. So we are here for that. And then we'll get back into the kitchen to explore the flavor of Flavor Burst veggies, perfect for the season. We'll see you now. Love you, guy. Looks good from behind, eh?
Oh, you can make my day.
Welcome back as we delve into a vitally important conversation, and one that I don't think is being had nearly enough. In many parts of Africa, conversations around lupus and autoimmune illness are still not spoken about openly. There is a stigma attached to it and just a lack of awareness. Yet for thousands of families, this is a daily reality lived in silence and often misunderstanding. Well, this morning we are going to sit down with Una van Rijn, founder of the incredible Andrea's Gift Lupus Foundation, alongside a very brave 14-year-old Willow Rulofse, who is living with lupus and is touring around the country talking about her life so that we can understand more. So thank you so much for being here, Una. It's so good to have you in our space. And Willow, thank you so much for being here. I'm nervous to get into today's discussion. How are you feeling?
I am feeling very nervous.
But we should, right? Because this is an important discussion. And you're an important girl because you're putting yourself on national TV so that we can talk about this. How do you feel as far along in this incredible, very emotional journey that you are on to be sitting next to Willow right now talking about lupus in this setting?
Okay, thank you first of all for the opportunity, and it is World Lupus Awareness Month, so it's a very important month for us as foundation. And I call Willow my sidekick. I'm not her mom, she's not my daughter, but she's my lupus daughter. So I think that is very important, and she's very brave in being here. So thank you for this opportunity. We would like to tell the world about lupus and lupus awareness. So fire away, ask me some questions.
What are we talking about here? When I think we start with a complete lack of understanding of the condition itself. So can you describe the condition and maybe the impact, because it doesn't land like a lot of other conditions land. Maybe therein lies why there's such a lack of awareness.
Yeah, very, very good question, Graham. Thank you. So lupus is an autoimmune disease, and I think since COVID, autoimmune is a buzzword. People talk about autoimmune. Before it was really rare. They would speak about cancers or other diseases, but everybody knows more or less, okay, we know what autoimmune is. So lupus affects your immune system, and I call it the ugly stepsister of all the immune diseases. There's over 152 autoimmune diseases, which people also don't know. Because it affects your organs, and the other diseases don't necessarily affect your organs. So it's a debilitating, life-threatening disease, and primarily a woman's disease. So the stats on that is 95% of women do get lupus and only 5% men. And as you can see with Willow now, kids get lupus as well. Which is quite a shock. I think not many people know that. They would assume it's an adult disease because you ask about symptoms. So it's chronic pain, like arthritis pain, but severe chronic pain, fatigue, some butterfly rashes, you know, the rash here, right here, but not always that. So that it mimics other diseases as well. So unfortunately, why it's so confusing, we call it the mystery disease. You'll see I brought some pamphlets
here. I invite people to really do a deep dive into that. I just want to ask how you are. And I know we're feeling nervous and this is a kind of heightened situation and a bit crazy, but every day, how are you? What does it feel like waking up in the morning? What goes through your head when you feel your body and feel what you feel like every day? Take us inside your beautiful mind.
Lupus can change every day. One day, the morning I'll be fine, and then the next day I'll be upset or sad, or I don't want to go to school. And it's very hard for me because I'm never every day the same.
How do you, because yes, your family can step in, and I'm learning these lessons as a parent, ultimately, you've got to find the strength within yourself to be able to deal with what you're dealing with every day. Where does that come from for you? Maybe you haven't identified that, and that's perfectly fine, but what do you say to yourself in those difficult times? How have you been able to sit here on TV as a smiling 14-year-old girl despite what's going on with you?
I would rather think about my family and how would they feel, but I also feel that we need to get the strength inside of you, and my strength comes from my family.
I love that, and I want that to sink in because there is a massive impact, and I think that's what inspired you to go on this journey. It wasn't just to help your lupus children, but to connect with those families. What pressures does this put families under? Why do they need a tribe around them when going through something like this?
Absolutely. Lupus is life-changing. Really, every diagnosis is life-changing. It affects every facet of your life, your career, your relationships, your finances, everything it affects. And for the lupus patients themselves, it is absolutely life-changing. So and all ages, so it could be teenagers, young students. We've just started a support group for young varsity students, which finds it very difficult to cope.
That's like your most supercharged phase of life.
From matric to varsity, it's such a big jump, and then you are chronically ill and you can't fit in, you can't cope with the workload, you know, so we are looking out for those girls and say, how can we support you? But it affects every facet
so
of your
life. What you're talking about feels like the grown-up human condition.
Yes.
Being tired, being exhausted, feeling compromised. So to look through that kind of haze to actually identify, but once you've experienced chronic pain and you've had to live with that, it becomes a very different experience of life. Can you remember, because how old were you when you got the diagnosis, and can you remember that moment, what it was like having this explained to you?
I was 8 years old.
Wow.
Oh.
And I didn't really understand at the time why would this happen to me, but I had to deal with it because it's not, yes, it's part of my life, but I don't define by it.
100%.
Well done.
100%. And you'll be amazed at how many grown-ups go around validating our existence by how much pain we can endure. And we forget about our hopes and our dreams. So we're going to talk about the hopes and the dreams for the Lupus Foundation, for what you do on these vitally important days, but every day. And I think that's the important link here. People need to be able to make those connections. We're going to continue this vitally important discussion on International Lupus Awareness Day. There is an opportunity for you, if you are plugged into this journey and have a perspective, some advice to offer families. And most importantly, if this drives your passion and purpose and you want to help, we will provide that connection after this. But thank you so much to both of you for being here. You did fine. I don't know what you're nervous about, Willow. I think the two grown-ups have been more nervous about this conversation than she was. Absolutely brilliant. But you guys can tune in, fire your questions away. If you need them, have them online. But we'll continue this discussion, and you'll see all the website details there. If you've got a proper question to ask and need to connect, maybe you've got that nagging feeling, that voice inside you that says you need to follow through, do it. And we'll get into how we approach this massive problem after this.
3 pains, 1 hero, Tri-Park, triple relief. Park the pain your way. Grab yours today. Available in original and lemon flavors.
Well, some mornings start smoothly. Others, you wake up with a headache and the day still needs your attention. Now, from the morning rush to a full work day, life just keeps on moving. And that is why Gogo keeps Tri-Park close. For headaches, toothache, colds and flu, Tri-Park is the trusted triple relief pain powder that is ready to work in just 8 seconds, helping you stay on track with the rest of your day. That's Tri-Park, the name Gogo knows and trusts.
3 pains, 1 hero, Tri-Park, triple relief. Park the pain your way. Grab yours today. Available in original and lemon flavors.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we dive back into the medical discussion that we started before the break concerning lupus. Now, across Africa, stories of chronic illness are often lived quietly behind closed doors, through long diagnoses and in the experiences that rarely get spoken about publicly. And I think therein lies the problem. Well, this morning we are joined by lupus warrior Fatima Johnson and Tatum Curry, living with lupus and founder of Africa Chronicles, a digital platform created to share and amplify the lived experiences of people navigating chronic illness across the continent. We live in the era of data and how we can use this information so powerfully if we share it and if we are brave enough to do these things. I thought Willow was going to make me cry, but if you make me cry today, girl, but this is worth crying about, right? This is a very emotionally charged space. Fatima, I'm going to start with you. For 10 years, I understand you've been living with us. What was that moment like? We heard Willow take us through what it was like as an 8-year-old. Very little baggage as an 8-year-old. Once we've grown up, we've got a lot going on there in forming a moment like this. What was that moment like?
So before that time, I would just classify that whole 10 years as my gaslighting era. Because every single symptom that manifested, I would feel like I'm being gaslit. I would end up in the ER. I'd get all these bloods and scans done, and it would come back as normal, 100% completely normal. And I'd go home, be discharged, and I'd feel like no one understands me. My body is betraying me. I don't know what to do. I don't know how more to articulate myself. I actually don't know. And it kept coming and
that
getting...
in itself is traumatic. That
100%.
in itself is a traumatic experience.
And I was entering my 30s at the time. So, of course, they would chalk it down to hormonal changes. Then it was all in my head. And then we would try the psychosomatic
And of course, the world is very quick to reinforce those sorts of biases
especially with women. When anything is wrong with us, they are quick to diagnose it as psychosomatic, hormonal, all in your head. And then we go down that avenue, treat it in that way, the symptoms persist. And so we try the alternative healing therapy and the symptoms persist. And all this time, no one understands, no one is listening. It's just being cast and mistyped and miscast as something else all the time. And I'm saying, this is happening all the time. It's the same thing. It's a cycle. Can someone listen to me? And eventually, I had had enough of all my doctors, and it was about a year ago to this day. I went and I sought a GP, a random GP that knew no history about me or anything.
You see, blank
about
slate.
me, blank slate, exactly. I thought, modern problems require modern solutions. So let's go there. She'd tell her the bare minimum of me, and she'd have to dig deep. And so she did that. And within a month, I was referred to a rheumatologist, and I got my diagnosis. And for the first time, I felt seen, heard, listened to, validated, and not all in my head.
I know, and I'm like congratulating you for getting lupus. Yeah, but this is the crazy thing. I mean, what a duplicitous, to use a big word, crazy situation. My friend, I mean, you know, don't mince words with me, so I'm hoping you're going to be like that now. So she's been my kind of boss through a lot of the things that I've done on this show. So we have a very close relationship. I can still remember the first day we actually worked together at the pet store, going to take a little miniature Dachshund for his aqua therapy.
Always the animals.
We've 100%. But I can understand the component of compassion that you have now in a very different way. The not knowing, that feels traumatic for someone whose head spends as much time in the inner spaces. For you, what was that journey like, and the not knowing?
I think at the beginning, my body was trying to speak to me for a long time before I was willing to actually listen.
Wow, that's quite a powerful emotion.
We get so used to saying, I'm just tired, or I'm just stressed, or I am being weak. And eventually your body kind of dissociates from what you're trying to actually say.
And believes
and what it's trying to tell you. And there's this video that I actually love. There's this professor that filled a glass with water, and he held it up to his class, and he asked them what the glass weighed. And it wasn't really about the weight of the glass, but about the weight of what you're carrying. And it's so beautiful because you hold on to things, and the longer you hold on to them, the heavier they become. And I think before my diagnosis, I was carrying so much for so long.
Everything got put in there.
Without ever putting a glass down.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think now I've kind of realized that slowing down, listening to yourself, it isn't weakness, it's actually being brave, because often the healing starts when you stop fighting with your body and you give it enough time to actually.
So what, you thought you would just pick up everyone else's glasses then as well and just create a platform where everyone mass trauma load can come?
Has to be.
Why do that then? Based on your own experience, why create the space to connect?
I think it's more than just about illness. I think it's about humanity. I think that there is a huge amount of overlap. I think that a lot of time what ends up happening is that society kind of focuses on what the battles are, that they forget about that person that's behind them.
Yeah.
That person that still has dreams, that still has hopes, that still wants to create.
A future.
Exactly, that's exactly it. And the biggest thing for me is to give that a voice, to give that a platform so that those people's voices can be heard. But in the same essence, there's so many people that are going through grief, that are going through trauma, that are going through huge life changes. And if you look carefully, you'll see that there's a very big overlap in that emotion and what those people actually experience and what we experience.
Because you've been living in that.
You live in it all the
all
time.
The time.
And
Wow.
it makes it a lot easier to see what other people maybe are dealing with. And even if it's just a space where somebody can come, if they're not ready to share their story, they can come and they feel like they've seen, they heard. If somebody's dealing with stress or turmoil, they can actually go and listen to something and feel inspired.
Breathe out. Just breathe out for a second so they can put the glass down for 5 minutes and then they can pick it up again. Because often we do validate ourselves. And my wife actually, and albeit it's nothing like the journey you were on, but from a pain perspective, she just kicked me in the butt and said, listen, you can either be in pain and fat and lazy and hating your life, or you can be in pain doing the things that bring you joy and get back into the martial arts and do that. And the shift that happened, I'm still in pain, but I have a life that is 100 times bigger. What was the emotional shift that needed to happen for you to embrace life in the way that you are? Because I'm getting a very different energy to the gaslit version of you 10 years ago. You're pumping out a very different vibe right now. What needed to change?
No, for sure. So I am the eldest daughter, A-type, head of family manager.
I have a bigger sister, exactly such.
The elder sister, the cool aunt, the go-to guy. And I had to drop all of those titles, relinquish all of my control issues and my management issues to assume the role of the lupus warrior, which was a hard shift for someone like me. But I realized very early on that this was going to be my
And you're still doing it for someone else. So a selfless person can still do
for
this.
Myself, it was going to be my most challenging role to date, and I was going to need all the support I could get. So I was very clear with, my circle, my family, my friends, my co-workers. That girl was gone, and in her place was going to be someone that delegated, relegated, said no, deprioritized, not my circus, not my monkeys. And once that shift happened, it unlocked such a sense of power and freedom and sense of
almost a why haven't I discovered this regardless. Do you know how many, especially women, but people through maybe this phase of life are listening to what you're saying, God, I want a piece of that.
Yes.
I want a little piece of that. I love the fact that you can validate yourself through this process, which is great. But what has helped you in your individual journey? What helps you the most in this journey? Because you still, as much as you can prop up all these wonderful other things happening around you, you are still living with a compromised system. So what do you need and what do you do that helps you the most?
So I think for me, what changed the most was my relationship with control. So similar to you. And you've got to find something where you can actually get back to who you are. There's this guy, he's like a sunshine soul, literally. His name is the Outdoor Therapist on Instagram. He had this analogy about a GPS, and the whole thing was that when you're driving and you take a wrong turn, the GPS won't criticize you, it doesn't judge you.
Just adapt.
Just recalculates. And I think that's how life works. And I think for me, just because your route changed doesn't mean the destination changed. The only thing that has changed is the road you take to get there. A lot of
the person you were couldn't get there.
Exactly.
You've got to change.
Yeah, and a lot of the most rewarding things I think in my life have come because that road changed. And it's led me to things that now ground me and that give me purpose. A huge part of that is being with horses, working with rescue
I was going to
horses.
say, listen, you can claim some of this victory for yourself, but it's the animals in your life that have done this, girl. Talk to me about the animals in your world.
Yeah, so, you know, the thing with the horse is it teaches you trust, it teaches you resilience, it teaches you compassion, it teaches you consistency. But I also think a huge thing is presence. So a horse is not going to respond to you saying who you are.
Yeah, you got to show up.
It's going to respond to your presence. You can try and lie to a horse all you want. It's going to shut you down faster than Judge Judy. So it's just being with those animals, and I think being them actually teaching you. They teach you a lot.
We went off the map with this, and what you guys are doing is the most positive, wholesome, beautiful process work that anyone can benefit from. And it comes as a very bizarre side note that lupus comes with this opportunity to radically transform yourself into that person that you want to become. Wish we couldn't or didn't have to go through these trauma gateways to find that strength. But the bottom line is people can help, people connect, the people around you know what to do now, which is amazing. So hopefully we've educated people in those spaces. How do we support and help you do what you do? I want to buy, can I buy these things?
Yes, so that is with Andrea's gift with the foundation. They do hospital bags and they take them around to the hospitals, and it has necessities for people who need it. So it's just a way of helping. It's incredible. So yeah, check out their website.
It's community, and when we say our tribe, this is our tribe. You can look at the screen there for the details on how you can donate. A little, I would imagine, in this space goes a very long way. And I suppose the heartbreaking element here, this is people-driven purpose, but it's a system that we're working within. The system needs to adopt that passion, that purpose, that compassion, because this goes unseen. Unbelievably powerful, powerful notion. And thank you so much to Yuna and Willow, to two of you for joining us this morning. Thank you. This has been absolutely wonderful. Let's hear a little more.
What if we went back to a simpler way of seeing? Before everything needed a filter, a caption, a version that made sense. Back to noticing. The way someone pauses before they answer, like they're choosing which version of the truth to give. The way a smile can look effortless, but feel practiced. The way I'm fine has become a full sentence. We've become so good at reading the surface, but not the story. The truth is, some people wake up every day to a body that is unreliable, rewriting the rules as it goes, a quiet game of Russian roulette. Not will I live, but how will I live today? Will my body carry me, or ask to be carried? Will today be lived, or managed? But this isn't just my story. It's anyone living in a body that changed the rules. The ones who measure their days in energy, not time, who keep going in ways that don't make headlines. You are not hard to understand. The world just needs to look a little closer, to notice a little more. Because strength isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, like someone picking up a weight no one can see and choosing to carry it anyway.
Oh, sometimes true strength is soft, and it gives us a soft landing, and I love this. So this is what's in the little hospital bag. I love the fact that you are helping people at such a critical gateway with practical things, all sorts of lovely little toiletries and elements, information to read. I love this the most. It's something I use every day, tea tree oil, lip ice. But I would imagine for someone receiving this, it would just be the emotional devotion, obviously very practical and useful in that situation, just 200 Rand. That is the donation, and you will help someone feel connected at a vitally important part of their journey. Thank you so much for being here. Absolutely love the fact that you guys are doing this every day, so hopefully people will respond and support you. I'm going to steal a couple of your sayings today. I just have not my circus, not my monkeys, baby. If you want to plug into that, we'll keep the details of the Andrea Foundation as well. Everything that you can do to help will be appreciated. A little will go a long way, but most importantly, have the conversations. Talk, speak, and just love your pets and love your children and love each other.
Well, thank you so much, Gray, for that beautiful conversation. For now, we're back in the kitchen giving you something sweet and juicy. Yes, it is bursting with exactly that, with unmistakable flavor. I'm talking about the Woolworths exclusive Flavor Burst range, and just grown to perfection. It's harvested at the right moment. Now, it's a taste experience you won't find anywhere else, and yes, we will be doing a taste test today. And joining us in the kitchen to tell us more about this range, our senior product developer for fresh produce, Michelle Kobreshka, as well as specialist technologist Colin van den Heevel to tell us more about their flavorful, delicious fruits and vegetables. Welcome and thank you for joining us. Welcome back, Michelle. Okay, we've got so much to get through, but Colin, I think first and foremost, let's start with the range. Flavor Burst, what exactly does that mean?
So Flavor Burst is, we start with the variety. So variety is, a Granny Smith is a variety and a Pink Lady apple is a variety, and the same with across all these other fruit types. So you've got to start with the right plant material, the right variety. You then have to have the right growing conditions, the right farmers to grow it in the right way, and a whole lot of other things which you can get to later to get to what we put in that punnet. So you can always, you can always mess up something that really starts off really well, but we choose our farmers that doesn't happen. Yeah.
And I love to see that. I mean, we know the quality of Woolworths is there every single time. So tell us a little bit more about that growing process. I know you touched on it briefly, that Woolworths always ensures that when I buy those tomatoes, when I buy those blueberries, that I'm going to get that flavor burst that they promise.
Yep. Yeah. So if I can just use the berries as an example, but it would be across the same, the same across all of these products up here. So with our suppliers, and we've got, I need to shout out the Haygrove group. They've got farms throughout South Africa. We went with them to Portugal because we were looking for really spectacular blackberries and raspberries. And we knew that in Portugal there was a breeding site that is well known throughout the world called Driscoll's. We went there, we tasted some of these varieties, and I'll never forget, there was 3 bowls with our standard variety and some of these new ones. And after 20 minutes, the middle bowl, which had Clara in it, the blackberry, was finished, and the others were still. We knew we had a winner.
I mean, the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah. So we brought back that plant material. We did trials in South Africa. The guys grew it. They made adjustments. What happens in Portugal and in South Africa is not the same. And eventually we've got this on the counter. It really was only launched this year. It's been in the making for about 5 years. It's not an easy process. It takes a long time, but we and myself are incredibly proud of those products there.
I mean, as consumers, we're also so excited because we get to enjoy the goodness of flavor and taste. And Michelle actually reminded me that the last time we established once again that yes, a tomato is a fruit because it's got seeds. But Michelle, let's talk about the vegetables a little bit more. I mean, how do you achieve that signature flavor burst flavor when it comes to the veggies?
Well, it's basically what Colin said.
The exact same thing.
No, well, yeah, as you said, tomato is a fruit, but I think it's about an approach. And the approach is about a partnership. It's not prescriptive. Yeah. So I'll tell my little story about the tomatoes, like Colin did about the berries, and quite similar. We had the privilege to travel with our growers and our full team to Spain and Sicily 4 years ago, and we tasted just an amazing tomato in field. And we sort of all looked at each other, and it was kind of the unicorn, and we knew that's what we want to peg as our flavor burst. And we kind of didn't have all the lexicon for at the time. We knew we wanted something crunchy, we wanted something sweet. We didn't know what shape it was going to come from. Was it going to come from your plum? Was it going to come from something more round cocktail? Was it going to be in a truss knot? So we kind of left that open to see how it would grow in South Africa. And then the plant material and our growers started their journey growing. We've been trialing it and tasting it over the last 3 years. And then towards the end of last year, we tasted that unicorn again. And we were able to then really finesse these brand attributes. What do we want the customer to taste when she tastes this? We want something not just firm, but we want it like a crisp bite and juicy on the inside.
Yes.
We don't just want sweet, we want this balance with the acid. And it even came down to the visual, like do you keep so this little top bit, which broke him off. This little top bit is the little hat is actually a calyx. So do we leave that on? Are customers going to think there's spiders in there? Do we leave it off? Do we? And even that was taken back to research. We asked the customers what they want. We did travel tests, and we saw that you actually get that delicious old-fashioned aroma when you open the punnet and you smell that, and it actually extended the shelf life. So we kept it on. So, and then the last thing we had to decide was, what format we're going to put it in. All of our other tomatoes are in punnets in the boat. We said, if we want to cue this end eat of snacking and on the go, let's pop it in a cup. The fruit's in the cup. It's alongside our cucumbers and peppers, the cue snacking. So, I just look at this beautiful tomato and think it's the kind of the OG. Like, this is what a child would draw if they had to draw a tomato.
Right.
It's the emoji on WhatsApp. And here she is as
in
our best of the
glory.
best. Yeah, in real life.
I love it. Okay, so standout fruits and veggies, if we could just quickly pick those out. You're saying that are tomatoes your favorite, Michelle? Are you going to go with that?
I hate how you make me choose a favorite.
You have to choose a favorite, but maybe you'll go with the sweet potato.
No, because we haven't even got.
We haven't touched on the sweet potatoes.
We need to touch on the sweet potato.
We'll touch and taste it at the same time. So what have we got here?
So this is brand spanking new. This is only launching next week.
Oh my
gosh, you heard
exclusive.
it here first. You heard it here first. So on the sweet potato side, and it's a little bit different in process to the fruit, because this you've got to cook to really unlock its flavour. So our customers will be familiar with the purple skin, white flesh. It's the OG of sweet potatoes, or the more limited edition white skin, white flesh, the orange. I think we all know the orange. And then this one here, I mean, it's got a purple skin, so it's a little bit hard to discern from the outside. But once you cut it open and you see this pale yellow flesh, and then once you cook it and you get this incredible colour, that's when you really see it. But it's not so visually arresting, but it's this flavour, which you're going to taste now, this flavour of this sweetness that's perfectly balanced, and then that texture that is just, because it's a drier sort of matter, the natural sugars sort of concentrate while you bake it whole, and then you get this sort of caramelizing on the skin, and you get this beautiful velvety texture on the inside with this bright yellow flesh. So,
I will say, Michelle, I've seen these all over TikToks. People just eat them like straight up like this. So I'm really excited to taste this today. And how are some of the ways that we can dress this up, if it needs dressing up?
So in playing with this, and I've had the privilege of playing with these for 3 years now. I've had lots of fun, and I've learned that the best way is to bake it whole because of those sugars and to keep it internal. And then it pairs beautifully with anything cheesy and anything buttery. So it just, I think that sweetness offsets with the salt so beautifully. So I mean, anything from just a delicate smear of cream cheese that I'm going to do for you now, or like a full 4 cheese situation if you wanted to do that.
Can we put it on a cheese platter is the question?
You could put that on a cheese platter. I mean, a miso butter drizzle on that before you serve that umami hit is beautiful. So just think of this. So I'm loving playing with these salty flavors at the moment. This fusion between sweet and salty. So I mean, I'm sure it was designed by somebody whose Smarties fell into their popcorn,
I do that every time I go to the movies.
And now it's a trend, right? Yeah.
Okay, so let's cut in. Colin's also looking like my mouth
cut
is
in,
watering.
and you've got to see the colour as we cut in there, because that is something super special.
My gosh.
And as I say, not in stores yet. We're going to have these in tastings when we launch next week.
Oh my gosh.
So customers are going to be able to taste them in stores. And it's going to be for a period of 8 weeks only, because what we want to do with this is ensure that we've got material for next year. So you've got to multiply this plant material. So if you see this, grab it on shelf. It's 8 weeks only, and do a cheese situation with it. So,
man. And then tell us about it as well. You can find us on our social media pages. Send us those recipes, the pictures. We want to see all of it. And of course, all of these ingredients, including this delicious cream cheese and microgreens, can be found in store online and on the app. We can taste it with the skin, right?
With the skin, absolutely. It's been beautifully washed and loved. And I mean, it does grow in the ground, so we did give it a little rinse. I'm not being, and I say delicate, but I'm just going to go in there and kind of
I love that. Okay. I will say I love potatoes in all their forms.
You've got to have a bit of visual.
I mean, Michelle made it fancy. Chef Michelle in the building. I'm going to make it unfancy by just picking it up with my hand.
You pick it up with your hand and have a bite there. I love it.
It's so warm.
Colin, would you like to taste it?
You've got to taste with me. Cheers to you.
Okay, I'm going into the other half.
You have to go. You have to go. I love how I picked up the whole one. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Yum.
That texture. 10 out of 10.
That's good.
No notes. Spectacular. Give me 14 of them. We'll see you on the other side of the break with probably no potatoes around us. Delicious.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, welcome back. It's just after 8 o'clock Mzansi. We're going to get straight into your traffic to assist you on the roads. Out in Gauteng and Germiston, congestion has been reported on the N3 northbound, and that's between Elands Interchange and Geldenhuys Interchange. Now, at the moment, all lanes are open, but delays are expected, as you can imagine. Now, all daily road users are advised to not text while driving as you tackle that traffic. That's it, we leave your roads. Let's have a final look at your weather to prepare you for the days ahead. Well, out in Polokwane on this beautiful Tuesday, it brings you some partly cloudy conditions. Temperatures start at a low of 8 degrees and rises to a high of 23. Now, looking into the week, tomorrow will bring you mostly cloudy skies with temperatures ranging between 8 and 24. Well, from there, we move on into Klerksdorp next, where you start your week under mostly sunny skies. Now, your temperatures begin at a low of 6 degrees, and it does rise to a nice and comfortable high of 21. As we look into the upcoming days, sunny skies will dominate, with temperature highs remaining in those low 20s. And then into Pretoria we go, where you can expect partly cloudy conditions throughout your day today. As we look at your temperatures, it does range between a start at 9 degrees and work its way up to 21. And looking ahead, you can expect intervals of both sunny and cloudy conditions, while tomorrow's temperatures rises from 9 to 22. Let's head into Johannesburg next. Out in the City of Gold today brings you mainly sunny skies. Now, your temperatures will start from 6 degrees and rise to a set 17. Going into the week, expect temperature highs in the high teens, with lows remaining at 7 degrees up until Sunday. And then out in Mbombela on this Tuesday, partly cloudy skies will dominate your day. There is a 25% chance of rain. Your temperatures range from a chilly 11 and warms up to 22 degrees, but this week brings you mostly sunny conditions, with tomorrow's temperatures between 11 and 22. In the beautiful Bloemfontein now, it is bright and sunny, mostly sunny at least for you today. Temperatures will rise from a low of 5 degrees, but worry not, it does increase to 20 as your high. Looking ahead, a more humid and cloudier pattern sets in throughout your week, with daytime highs ranging from the high teens to low 20s. Heading to the coastline now on the side of Richards Bay today, you can expect clear skies and also very pleasant conditions. Your temperatures will range between 16 and 24. Now, tomorrow brings you sunny conditions with temperatures ranging between 15 and 23 degrees, as well as a 25% chance of rain. And then out in the beautiful Durban, mostly sunny skies are the order of your day, with rain chanced at 24%, or 25% rather. Temperatures start from 16 and rises to 24 as your high. And looking into the week, expect mostly sunny conditions until Friday, with the weekend looking cloudy. We move into Mthatha next, where you can prepare for a mostly sunny day with subtle easterly winds coming on through. Temperatures climb from a brisk 12 and then rises to 22 as your high. Over the coming days, cloud cover and humidity levels will increase, with temperatures remaining in the low to mid-20s. And that brings us to Uba, formerly Craddock, where you're in for a mainly cloudy but also a humid day ahead. Now your temperatures move between a nippy 8 degrees and a high of 22. Now the next few days bring you cloudy and rainy conditions, with rain chanced at 25% tomorrow. Come Thursday, it's sitting at a 45% chance. Into Kugompo City we go, formerly East London, where today you can expect cloudy skies with rain forecast at 60%. Temperatures rising from a cool 16 to a set 21 degrees. And looking at your week ahead, expect cloudy and wet conditions with temperature highs in the low 20s. Ebeka, on your side out in GQ, grey skies do dominate today with high chances of rain, and that's chanced at 70%. Now your temperatures range between 16 and 20 today, and as for tomorrow, it brings you cloudy and humid conditions with temperatures between 14 and 21. Gorgeous George, you're up next, where you'll spend your day under cloudy skies. Now there is rain forecast at a chance of 45%. As for your temperatures, it will rise from 13 to 18. And going into the week, expect intervals of sunshine and clouds with temperature highs in the low 20s. All right, Mother City, Cape Town, let's see what you can expect. Cloudy skies do dominate your day today with noticeable southeasterly winds. Temperatures range between 14, but it does rise to 21 as your high. And in the coming days, expect cloudy skies to stick around with temperature highs in the low 20s. Into Sutherland we go now, where today brings you partly cloudy skies. Now there are showers chanced at 65%. A brisk start to your day, 6 degrees is your low, but it does rise to 14 as your high. Now, rainy days are not over, as tomorrow you can expect a 50% chance and temperatures below 15 degrees. And that brings us to Kimberley, where your Tuesday brings you partly cloudy skies throughout. Temperatures range from a brisk 9 to a high of 23. Now let's take a look at the week ahead and the coming days. It does bring you partly sunny and humid conditions with temperature highs remaining in the low 20s. And our final stop is Uppington, where the day stays partly cloudy with skies, intervals of sunshine they're going to be peeking through. Temperatures start at a low of 13 and does increase to a nice high of 27. Now, partly sunny week lies ahead for you, with temperatures settling into a consistent pattern around 25 to 27 degrees. All of that brings us into our sunrise view of this hour. But of course, as you know, we have to give special mention to 6 and 7 o'clock because they were just so good. So let's start out in PMB with Mervyn Fenner, who captured an exceptional dawn view. Now this time around, the sky was dressed in a dramatic cloudscape as deep orange glowed beautifully over the city. And that moved us straight into 7 o'clock out in Ganubi, East London, where Keith Dyer brought us a moment of pure coastal tranquility with an absolute canvas of color, beautifully framed by silhouettes of local palm trees, as well as those street lights. And that brings us to 8 o'clock. So let's get straight into it. Our sunrise view for this hour comes from Cape Town, out in Muizenberg, along that coastline where Rachel Govender captured a truly majestic golden morning as the sun broke over the buildings, casting a brilliant path of light. And that, of course, is across that gorgeous shoreline with the rolling waves coming on in. So thank you so much for representing your country so well, and it was really nice to see every single coastline covered. If you think you can do better, we've got midweek to get into 6, 7, 8 o'clock on 063 036 9649. A couple of minutes into 8 o'clock, Miss Zanele Patawa, what else is to come?
Oh man, my beautiful Carissa, thank you so much. And Mzansi, we're so glad that you're in the building because this morning we have got such exciting things that are still coming. We're going to take a short break, but what can you expect on the show? Well, number one, we're going to get into a little bit of a vocal masterclass with Tara Lee, okay? Number two, the gorgeous, beautiful Miss Ariana Venus is still in the building and she is going to be performing her brand new song for us. And then, Kesana, Sarafina is here. And we are going to be not dancing and everything with them. I want to, though, because they are just so incredible. It is the cast of Sarafina as we just continue to celebrate South African excellence. Do not go anywhere. We're going to take a short break. We'll see you after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Mzansi kumnandi banani. Thank you so much for being here and welcome back as we celebrate, like I said, African excellence. Sarafina has come home, Mzansi, and the iconic and internationally celebrated Sarafina has returned to the stage at the Soweto Theatre for a limited run over the next 10 days. And I know I'm going to be going. The question is, will you be going? Because, my friend, we know this story. It's set against the backdrop of the 1976 Soweto uprising. The powerful musical tells the story of fearless young students who used music dance, and unity to challenge the injustices of apartheid, making it one of South Africa's most important and emotional theatre productions of all time. Now, joining us this morning, it's absolute superstars because they are three incredible actresses helping us bring this legendary story to life. Everybody, I'm going to ask you to please make some noise for Unoxolo Dlamini, Uaphiwe Dumeka, and Thandeka Zulu. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's give them a feel-good welcome, please. And the Tony goes to... Yes! Exactly! Ladies, congratulations. That's what I want to start with. You guys were chosen out of so many hopefuls. So many people came to audition and they said, no, here are our people. Yes, and I'm glad they did because you guys are doing such an incredible job. It's why every single day people stay after the production and they tell you how great you did. But let's jump right into it because we know that this is a South African story that's not just iconic, but it's one that resonates with so many people in this country. Let's talk about it. What does it mean for you guys to be part of telling the story that's so important, that went above and beyond even just telling the story in South Africa, but told it to the world? Knox, you can start, my love.
Well, for me, it feels like a responsibility, but one that I take on with grace and with love and excitement.
Yeah.
But it's a very huge part of our history, and I'm one to really love embodying what South Africa is about and who our people are. So that's what it is to me. It's really important. I love bringing it back over and over again. And it's just a really beautiful story.
And talk to me about why it's so important to bring it back. Why you guys are always on our stage, and we love it like that, by the way. Please keep coming back, ladies.
No, I think when I Zanele, I think for me this season more especially, I think I'm really big on celebrating the story. I think it's one thing to remember the pain that we've gone through, but I think it's just another thing to really embrace the story and celebrate it and really tell it. Because I think one of the things I needed to delve deep into when I was when I am telling the story right now, or this time that we're in, is the fact that we are telling a real story. So it really matters how we indlela esisiphatha ngayo esi story, because it's important, you know, it's part of our history, it's part of who we are. It's just really also we keep remembering the people that died, but not only that, we also celebrating the lives that were lost in that time.
Definitely.
So it's very important.
Yes, and I was also going to say, I mean, it's a story that helped South Africa reach freedom at the end of the day, right? Which is why we definitely need to not forget it. But ladies, you guys pour yourselves into the story, which is so beautiful to see. But we were even speaking about how you guys haven't even gone to gym anymore.
Sarafina is our gym.
So talk to me about that being demanding. Why is it that, you know, it's so demanding? Is it the emotional part, or is it the physical part, or is it both?
Basically, it's everything. Emotional parts, because the story that you are telling, it's so heavy. You know, you need to really go into it. I was watching a video, an interview that was made by Utieti Mashinini. For you to get in that stage of mind, for you to deliver a character right, you need to revisit those incidents so that you can bring the character into life, so that it can affect you now as an actor, so that the audience is affected. But coming back to it being demanding, you sing, you dance, you act at the same time. So you basically need to be a triple threat. You need to be emotionally ready and physically fit for the show, because the show is really demanding.
It doesn't stop moving.
You run, you come back, you change the costume, you
dance, you sing.
You
sing
and then you dance.
And you're emotional at the same time. And I think
sometimes
sometimes we don't realize how emotion actually is so tied to your physical. You know, if you're not physically strong enough to carry all those emotions, you will be depleted. You know, so I think it's really important to be able to put all of that together.
Yes. Well, ladies, you do put it together, Kesana. And genuinely, you tell the story from such a sincere place. I mean, even the fact that you guys say you go and you kind of relive those stories so that you're able to tell them authentically, I think that that's so beautiful. And it speaks to your professionalism, but also your love for storytelling. But Knox, talk to us then about, you know, how it is that you really see a little bit of a similarity between the youth of 1976 and the youth of today. What are the themes and stories that you think are still kind of the same?
I definitely think being outspoken. I do love how we are right now. I think right now, also I always say, I feel like 1976 youth really allowed us to get to the point where we can be the youth now that is not afraid of asking.
Oh, come on.
You know, because they had the audacity, you know, and now I feel like we're able to have the audacity. Because I think between then and almost coming to now, the youth became a bit apologetic, you know, because we're afraid to ask because we don't want to be, we almost know where our place is. But now we actually know where our place is, and it is to be vocal, and it is to stand out. So I really think those are the similarities, and I love that for us.
Me too. I love it. I mean, look at us being compared to heroes. You know what I mean? Exactly.
understand.
But my Tandega, talk to me when we now talk about, you know, what we're going to expect when we walk into the theatre and we come and see you guys do your thing. What is it that we can just really look forward to?
So maybe what I want to say, Zanele, is maybe this time around, this is how I see it. I'm wearing like a very different lens from what I've played this. We've played the show for 5 seasons already. And I feel it's quite really different this time. And I really do want to applaud, but I really do want to applaud Umpomolepe. The nuances he brought in the story is quite something very different and very deep as well. I think he made me also see the show differently. So I think I would like to say to the audiences, they must not expect to come and have fun.
They're going to learn.
You know?
They're going to learn and cry.
Well, they will have fun. That's a given. But we want them to come ready emotionally because you're being reminded of what you've gone through as a nation. So it just really means a lot to our younger audiences as well, for them to be given the experience of their lifetime.
I love that.
But it's for me, for my mind and my body and soul. For me, it's very different.
My ladies, this is why I say thank you so much for telling the story, because you guys were the right people to do it. And we can't wait to come and see it again. I've seen it. I'm coming again. I will. And congratulations on another one.
Before we leave, it's not just 10 days. It's literally going on until the 31st
of May. Beautiful,
So it's
beautiful. Even longer. My Tony Award winners. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. And of course, thank you guys. And Mzansi, 50 years on, or should I even say half a century on, and Sarafina still invokes the emotional response and enjoyment of audiences all over in South Africa and beyond. And to see it at the Soweto Theatre, where it's in production, not just for the next 10 days, until the 31st of May, my friend, you got to make sure that you allow yourself to have that experience. So visit webtickets.co.za for all of the information, and come with me, because I'm going, Sana, and go and have that experience that really allows us to celebrate our South African heritage. Right about now, we head on over to Cape Teasy Foshizi. My family, how you feeling?
Like a million bucks. I got ahead of myself, and that often happens when you're imagining the millions. But Mzansi, okay, I'm going to ask this question as authentically as I can. Have you bought your Powerball Plus tickets yet? Why must you buy them? There is a jaw-dropping 93 million estimated in the jackpot this Tuesday. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
We have left Monday behind us.
Completely gone. So buy your tickets now. You could do so in store. Or if you're on your phone at nationallottery.co.za, there is the mobile app or even your cell phone banking to access your money. All the details on our social media pages. You can find them at Expresso Show. And then Panda Pusha Play Powerball Plus for that estimated 93 million rand jackpot today. And we're just saying you could win.
Yeah, just don't spend it all on one thing.
Please.
Try and spread it out. Yeah, buy a yacht if you want to buy. I'm not going to tell someone with 93 million rand what to do. I am going to tell all of you what to do for now, though, because Ariana Venus is in Asek Lifus. If I'm in love. I mean, what do you do? Well, a young person is going to tell us. No, there's a lot of passion behind the music, and she's kind of a new phenom that I think you're going to want to get behind. She's awesome.
Oh, this by Moy. And then we're going to move into a vocal masterclass with our sports commentator of the day, Ms. Tara Lee, is standing by.
Expresso coming on fast on the outside lane. We're going to find a way to get back after that break. We're going to find an hour, and we'll see you in 2 minutes.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, Mzansi, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And as usual, thank you for joining us. In the final hour, we're going to jam-pack it with so much good stuff. Now, if you're a girl and if you're into sports and you're a girl who wants to get into sports, then this is the place for you. We're talking about Dove's Girl Talk competition that's turning up the volume as the search continues for South Africa's next young female sports commentator. And it's about so much more than just calling the game. It's about confidence and your presence and learning to own your voice unapologetically. And that's exactly why we brought in our powerhouse personality, Ms. Tara Lee, for a vocal masterclass. Because the world of sports broadcasting isn't just about sounding like anyone else but yourself. And Tara, welcome back. Your voice is unmistakable. Every time we tune in, we're like, oh, that's Tara.
Yeah, and I think
it's
that's
not
important.
The love, it's the sports delivery. It's the sports delivery, girl. You are so good, and you've really built such a strong voice in the sporting realm, broadcasting in general, but I mean, you've carved out your space there. So how did you find your confidence behind the mic?
I think it's the passion that comes with sport, loving sport, knowing sport, watching sport. And I take confidence from that because I know what I'm talking about and I have a genuine love and passion for it. And then I just stopped asking permission to be in certain spaces. I deserve to be there. I've put in the hard work. It's been so many years. At some point, that imposter syndrome, you just have to like throw it away.
Yeah.
It deserves to be in the bin.
It's got no space here.
Exactly, because you deserve to be where you are.
I love that. I mean, I'm already feeling so encouraged. You saw Tara in an element on your screen right now. But I've got to ask you, there's so many people that want to be presenters and they make mistakes coming into the game. So I want to know from you, if you've seen or heard anything, what are some of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to be a presenter?
I think it's that. The imagining that you need to sound what you think a presenter should sound like. You shouldn't sound like anything other than yourself. Be you. Use your own voice. You may have role models that you look up to. You don't have to sound exactly like them. You can take inspiration from them, but be you, because that is what's going to make you a special, unique presenter.
Absolutely. I think about Bonang, who really just carved out her own space in her era and time. And so many people emulated because they thought that is what a presenter should sound and look like. But instead of sounding like her, we should just raw things from her. Her professionalism, the fact that she's always on point, always on time, always looking the part, the values that she brings to the table instead of sounding like Bonang herself, right?
Exactly, because nobody can do Bonang the
like
way Bonang does. Exactly.
Like the way Bonang does Bonang. I love that. Okay, personality. Because sometimes people think delivery is just about sounding perfect all the time. Is there space for personality?
100%. That's what sets you apart from everybody else. Or else you can just maybe get an AI voice to tell you the information. It's that special thing, that thing that makes you you. And you are enough. A lot of people feel like they're not enough, they don't have a big enough personality, they don't have that pizzazz that they need to be on television or radio. That's not true. You are special. Your perspective is what brings something different to the material.
I love that. Advice? If somebody's sitting at home right now nodding, just saying, Tara, sign me up immediately, what would you say to that young girl today trying to also break into the sporting realm?
Your gender is not a barrier.
Yeah.
And we live in this multimedia, this digital age. I think knowing the entire ecosystem is important. I think you are really lucky growing up in this time because you can film, you can edit. If you can present and write good copy, then you are basically a media powerhouse all by yourself.
Absolutely.
And you don't need somebody to give you that opportunity. There's opportunity, take it.
And there are many opportunities, but in case you feel a little bit unprepared, we're going to get into a masterclass right now. Must-have tips that we can really just get into those abilities, hone in on them, and make sure that we're doing our best. So, T, let's start with some warm-ups. Do you have any that we could get into?
Yes, I think, it's all about your breath work and also your diaphragm, as you know, because it's so easy, especially if you're reading a script, to run out of air. So I'm going to have you do these warm-ups.
Yeah, do it. Lead me in any of the ones that you've got.
Okay, so take a deep breath. In for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold that for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then just breathe out for 8. That's perfect. Now we're going to breathe in, and as we breathe out, I want you to breathe out on a s sound.
Okay.
So breathe in for 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold for 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then out on a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I want you to take a deep breath in, and then now we're going to work on the diaphragm. When you exhale, I want you to exhale with a s, f, s, and really feel those that muscle there, that movement. So breathe in, and then out. And then you can speed it up. I know it feels silly, but it really works. It really works that muscle, and because that's where you project from, and so that you need to really work that muscle. All the muscles in our body need training, and especially the tongue and the lips. So, with the lip trills, you have to just relax your jaw, relax those cheeks, and then pout your lips a bit, like the old school.
But you can't laugh. You can't laugh because then I've got to do it.
Sorry. The old school, I'm laughing with you, not at you. The old school selfie. And then when you breathe out, yes.
That feels good, actually.
Yeah, you see, it's waking up your face as you do it.
Oh, it's ticklish.
That vibrations is so good because we often don't work. We don't loosen this
We
part.
don't loosen our face.
Don't.
Okay, so now that the face is loosened, there's a line. This could be the moment that we've got to deliver in a couple of different ways. So now that we've warmed up, let's do it, right? Same sentence, 3 ways. This could be the moment. Let's start with building tension, so maybe a bit of a whisper into it.
Yeah, so...
Let's go. You go first.
So, this could be the moment.
Oh, so it's like leading up to it, right?
Yes, there's tension. This could be it.
This could be it. How about just a neutral tone? You're delivering some news, some sporting headlines. This could be the moment. How do we do that?
And this could be the moment.
Okay, I like that. Neutral, you notice the difference. And now I want you to go full power. Go for it.
And it's happening, and this could be the moment right here.
And South Africa scores! We love to see it, and this is why they pay her the big bucks. Tara Lee in studio with us. Thank you for giving us some vocal training and also some tips to let us know that the little girls out there and even some of the grown women can also still step into the sporting world as good as you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Of course, Tara, come back, okay? And as we know, finding your voice isn't about being perfect. You heard us laughing and giggling in between. It's about being real. And now that you have the chance to do this, listen up. Dove's Girl Talk competition is all about helping young women find their voices, back themselves, and of course, take up all the space with confidence. So enter the competition by the 11th of June, 2026, and take that first step. Head to Dove's digital platforms via @Dove South Africa for all those details. Good luck.
Dove, sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026, is looking for the next female voice in sports. Discover more at dove.com/ZA.
Ons Plus Macy is about to sprinkle some magic right here live at our Samsung DQX studio. Her name is the beautiful Ariana Venus, and she's here to perform for you As Ek Lief Is. Ariana Venus, take it away.
Dis moeilik om goodbye te sê, om net te roep jy gaan nie loop nie, as jy weet dit is bedoel. Dis hemel om jou vas te hou, maar as jy gaan, sal ek bly. weet ek moenie vasklou aan net dit wat ek wil voel nie. Die waarheid is wel bitterszoet. As ek lief is, laat ek jou vry. As dit bedoel is, sal jy bly. Maar ek hou vas en laat ek gee, wacht op jou hartklop vir twee. As ek lief is, laat ek jou vry. As ek jou vashou, jy wil ry. Van my hart weer kans moet kry. Want soos jy jou gesê, jy sal nog vind wat jy moet hee. As ek lief is, laat ek jou vry. Maar as dit bedoel is, sal jy bly. Genoeg is nie genoeg van jou, soos jy draai en vir my waai. Waai ek terug vir my hart. Ek weet ek moet nie vasklou aan net dit wat ek wil voel nie. Die waarheid is wel bitterzoet. As ek lief is, laat ek jou vry. As dit bedoel is, sal jy bly. Maar ek hou vas en laat ek gee, wacht op jou hartklop vir twee. As ek lief is, laat ek jou vry. As ek jou vashou, maar jy wil ry. Van my hart weer kans moet kry. Want soos jy jou gesê, jy sal vind wat jy moet hee. As ek lief is, laat ek jou ry. Maar as dit bedoel is, sal jy bly. Ek weet ek moet nie vasklou aan net dit wat ek wil voel nie. Die waarheid is wel bitterzoet. As ek lief is, laat ek jou vry. As dit bedoel is, sal jy bly. Maar ek hou vas en laat ek gee, wacht op jou hartklop vir twee. As ek lief is, laat ek jou vry. As ek jou vashou, maar jy wil ry. Van my hart weer kans moet kry. Want soos jy jou gesegde sê, jy sal nog vind wat jy moet hee. As ek lief is, laat ek jou vry. Maar as dit bedoel is, sal jy bly.
Think it's just another day? Well, not anymore, because I could be pulling up to your door next. Spin and win up to 20,000 Rand, plus an extra 2,000 Rand if you have a World Sports Betting account, and another 2,000 Rand if you can hit a small dance challenge with me. To enter, all you have to do is head over to the competition post of Expresso's Facebook, X, and Instagram pages, and all you have to do is follow the prompts. And not signed up yet? Well, head to wsb.co.za, use the promo code THEBEAT50 to get a free 50 Rand sports bet. World Sports Betting, bet to the beat. I'll see you soon.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We've been pumping up the Feel Good this morning, and right now we are not stopping. Cape Town, I'm talking to you. We have battled the brutal storm conditions that happened not too long ago along the Sea Point Promenade. It was particularly hard. And then one unexpected moment reminded South Africans of the power of kindness, and I'll even say Ubuntu was present there. Content creator Chad Nathan stopped his run to help a homeless man named Sydney Miller in a wheelchair through the pouring rain and wind, later sharing the story online where it truly sparked an overwhelming wave of support and raised so much money, currently sitting on over 400,000 in donations from the people all around the world. And this morning the two gents are in studio to chat all about it. Sydney and Chad are here about that random act of kindness that has brought us here today. Chad, Sydney, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having us.
Of course, this is very
you very much.
exciting. Sydney, you're a superstar. You know that?
It wasn't me.
It wasn't you, but you must embrace and enjoy it. No, it's really, really great to get into this. Let's check out that viral clip before we get into the chat.
Hey guys, Sydney and little 4Ks on the prom. I've never pushed someone in a wheelchair, but Sydney, it was an honor.
That's nice.
Eh?
It was very nice.
So Sydney, what, we meet every day 12:30, eh?
I'm welcome. I'm welcome.
Oh man, we're just having a bit of a laugh in studio because that was such a beautiful moment of humanity at full display. Guys, we've got to get into this conversation. We were saying Sydney even got a fade, he got a little bit of a cut up. Come on, looking so good. But let's start with you, Chad. Take us back to that moment. We were laughing at the fact that you were running in the rain, but sometimes you need that to clear your head, as you said. So what happened?
I needed to clear my head.
Yeah.
I'm training for the Cape Town Marathon, which is happening in a week on Sunday.
Oh my gosh.
So, you know, as a runner, you need to be clocking in those kilometers every day. And I thought, let me go for a run. I saw it was raining. Then I was like, let me go to my sister and train in the gym on a treadmill. Nice, warm home. But I thought, you know what? I think I need this time for me, myself, and I. Promenade. Maybe I can brave a little bit of rain. I put my rain jacket on.
Right.
And I took off and I started running. And I thought, okay, geez, my body's a little bit sore. I was just at Africa Burn, walking kilometers every day. And I thought, you know what, I don't feel like doing my regular 10-kilometer run all the way to the Radisson. I'm going to make it an 8-kilometer day, and I'm going to turn, you know what, I've never, and what we say, the word is beshit, which is a Yiddish word, which means fate or destiny.
Right.
Okay, I've also got like shivers even saying it.
I've never heard that, beshit. I like
Beshit.
it.
So basically, I turned at a place between the maze and the lighthouse, somewhere there. I've never turned up that road. And when I turned there, I just saw, there was no one on the promenade that day, hey? So I was running
because it was storming.
It was storming. The waves were coming over, and what I do, I document my life. So I was even documenting how hectic the waves were coming over. I was documenting me getting sprayed with water, and then I turned right over there and I started running, and then I saw a man in a turquoise, the famous turquoise raincoat that didn't keep the rain out, and I said, "How's it?" I was running. I was like, I can't leave this man by himself in a wheelchair in the rain. I said, how's it? Where are you going? He said, I'm going wherever you're going. And I said, don't tell me where you're going. He goes, listen, I need to go far, but I'll go wherever you can take me to. I really appreciate it. And I said, tell me. He goes, I need to go to the Sea Point Pavilion. And I thought, sure, that's far. But you know what?
Up for the challenge.
Again, it's beshit, it's fate. I had to turn left. That's my road to turn left up there. I said, what's your name? He says, I'm Sydney Miller. I said, Sydney, today's your lucky day. Right time, right place. And there we went. We took off. First time pushing someone in a wheelchair.
And running, or were you moving?
No, we were running.
You were moving.
No, we were getting wet. We were in the rain. The wind was coming over, and I took him there to just before the Sea Point Pavilion. I said, listen, we've spent this time together. I want to know a bit more about your story. I can see you missing a leg. You're in a wheelchair. The wheelchair hardly even moves properly. Would you like a croissant and a coffee? Everything's closed in that the food court, that Sea Point area, except for the falafel guy.
Yeah.
I said, would you like a hot falafel? He says, I would love that. Got him a falafel. I got him a hot chocolate.
Of course, Sydney's a man of taste.
Sydney's a man of taste. And that's where I learned the story of Sydney Miller and you know, what he wanted and what happened to him and how he got knocked over on a car and
ended up here today. Bashir, I like that. I'm going to carry that with me. Sydney, I'm going to come to you. I mean, I want to know where you were at in your mind and what has happened since. I mean, being in that turquoise jacket in the rain, coming to a point where over 400,000 Rand has been raised for you, for your health and well-being, to move on to the next chapter in your life. Where are you at?
Talk the truth to you, ma'am. The day before I went to hospital, they struggled all day. And in a way, God did actually send me to go there for my own health. And after that, the next day, I did meet Chad. There my life did change because of my illness. I have to go to hospital to get everything what I need.
Yeah.
But the most important is to live on the street. There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
But the helping hand, like Mr. Chad, is like an angel for me, for helping me. And I hope he can do it more often.
Of course, I think this is just the beginning
It
of
really
what is
is.
going to start. I think even a nationwide call for people to do a little bit more. Often when it comes to living our lives, we're just moving. But I think it's also a sign of dignity, right? To recognize your fellow human being and say, Sydney, I see you. And yes, you've been through a lot in your life, but this is a changing point. This is a turning point.
Talk the truth, I'm not so well educated. Stand 3 out of school. Went to go work by a petrol station and a shopping center. My mother know my whole life. I went to prison after that, committing crime, everything. But the most important, I did leave crime. I try to help other people, no matter I'm in this situation. I like to talk sense in their head. If they can use their brain properly, then it's work like my brain is working.
It can make a difference.
That's a big difference.
Sure. Well, Sydney, we are so happy for you. Chad, thank you so much for also doing your part and honoring your calling in this sense to make a difference in the world. It is just the beginning. There's so much more that you obviously will still do and can still do. Where can people catch you on the socials so that we can keep up to date with Sydney's story development?
people can follow on TikTok and Instagram Ginger with a GoPro. The whole story is still developing.
Yeah.
There's so many people that have come to help, which is amazing. Huge shout out to the Sweet Arts Foundation and Aquazania for getting Sydney a new electric wheelchair.
Come on, Sydney.
We get a
You're
Rolls
going to
Royce.
be zooming out here, eh?
It wasn't me.
Okay? And yeah, they can just follow the whole story along there and see what unfolds.
It's God's plan, Sydney, and we're so glad that you're here.
Like they say, God works in mysterious ways.
And that's a beautiful mic drop moment. Thank you, Jane, so much for joining us. I can't wait for the world to see the rest of this. As we know, on social media, it actually is a global platform. So people's eyes are definitely watching and hopefully encouraged by your act of kindness that the rest of us can also take a page out of your book. Thank you.
Thank you so much, eh?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
To perform or not to perform? That is the question. No, we always perform. Come on. The spotlight is firmly on young talent at the Baxter Theatre Centre, which we love in itself, but they are doing amazing things. That's where the 16th annual Shakespeare Schools Festival is currently in full swing, and it's magical, running up until the 23rd of May. From a total of 42 participating schools, we are joined by 2 teachers and 2 scholars representing their schools on this iconic stage, bringing Shakespeare's timeless works to life with fresh energy, passion and creativity for a new generation. I absolutely love that. And representing 2 of the total of the 42 schools and all of the amazing people behind this magical moment, we proudly welcome the founder of the Kids Theatre Academy, Kwandir Avril Mkansi, and drama teacher at Karo Somerset West, Lisa McEwen, and then 2 incredible scholars, Isra Tini and Nahum, who are taking part in the Shakespeare Schools Festival, currently running, as I said, at the Baxter. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I was going to ask you, normally you'd be nervous to step in front of camera, but you guys, you've been on stages, working with the great bards, words. I love this. Kwandir, Lisa, congratulations. I don't know, any one of you can jump on this, but what is the festival all about?
I think it's about giving kids the opportunity to engage with Shakespeare in a non-threatening way, and also for them to develop a love of Shakespeare through their performing of it and making it a little bit more accessible in the classroom as well.
No mean feat when you've got to dress this down. I remember seeing on the West End a show called The Complete Works of Shakespeare Abridged, where they went through different modalities, but it was such a great introduction for me at the age that I was. Taking that on though, how do you kind of bring the Shakespeare works into a more palatable or manageable mode for the learners? What was that process like?
Oh, yeah.
Terrifying.
It is. It's such a very complicated language, but I think what makes it amazing is that the storylines are always very easy to follow. So you have to do all the text analysis, actually help them understand what it means. So just having to tap into that, mostly because in the area that I work, we predominantly speak Afrikaans and Xhosa, and this way of
Ye olde English doesn't land so naturally.
So the English is not very natural and comfortable, but yeah, we've seen that they've grown and they've challenged themselves to just tap into speaking that language now.
I love that, because it's one way of learning the English language, yes, but there is such powerful character motivation. There's a reason why all actors start and end with Shakespeare. Isra, I'm going to start with you. What character did you play? What play did you play in?
I am currently now. I'm Angela, because we swapped genders.
As we can.
Yeah. I'm a goldsmith in this village, so I'm responsible for selling the gold and making sure I collect my money on time. And, yeah.
And I think you're pretty tough in that regard.
Yeah,
I would
very
imagine you're
tough.
pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
What was it like getting into that character?
Well, it was not challenging, but it was something new to me, because in the old plays that we used to do, I was always like a royal lady, but now
so you were typecast. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
You've got that vibe. You've got a regal vibe.
And now I was a goldsmith, so I have to interact with the villagers, and it was just, it was an adjustment, but it's going great, and I love it.
Oh, well done. As we say, break a leg in our industry. I absolutely love that. Nahum, your character, and what was that creative process getting into that character like?
Yeah, so we did A Midsummer Night's Dream. So I was Oberon, the king of the fairies. Now, Oberon, at least my version, he's very authoritative, but he also has a very strange side of flipping between he's sweet, but now he's mean. And thankfully, the previous time we did the Shakespeare Festival, I played Duke Orsino in Twelfth Night, which is a very similar character to Oberon in that he's the man in power. So I had something to draw from.
Looking at the amount of badges on your blazer, but I think you've got enough to draw from in this instance. I absolutely love that. If people want to plug into this, because it's one thing seeing grown-ups do this, but for young actors, and I speak from my own personal experience, being a part of something magical. But for those that don't know, how do we get tickets? How do we get involved?
So the tickets are currently live now on the is it web tickets?
Web tickets,
yes.
yeah.
So you can purchase if you want to watch us. We are performing tomorrow, so you can select the date, the 20th, or whatever school that you'd like to support. You have the option to pick the date, and then you just purchase Yes.
And then enjoy. The only rule is you don't forget about us, and I'm making eye contact here. So when you become super famous, and we invite you back to the manifestation station, that you're going to come. I love this for the start of the journey. Just very quickly, Lisa, why is this so important to get kids into that theatre, to see this?
So I actually met the person who organised this a few years ago, and actually just when I started at Curo, and I had never produced a play before because I'm actually an English teacher. And I then took a group to watch, and then I thought, okay, let's give this a go. And so I really enjoyed it. And the thing that I enjoyed the most was seeing kids come into their own and embrace the characters and then develop them themselves. Yeah, and then they would ad-lib a little bit that we hadn't rehearsed. And it, like those last-minute changes made it so exciting. And to watch the kids, like even now when we did our performance now, seeing those kids on stage just absolutely bloom. It's just amazing.
It's amazing. It's a moment in time. Web Tickets is where you can get your tickets. Go and support the next generation tackling the bards. Great works, nice and palatable and perfect for a new generation.
Thank you so much. And Mzansi, listen, we need Ariana to come right back because she is closing out the show. It is the Queen with Memories Mark. Come on, everybody.
Hou jou droom vir as jy slaap, vanaand gaan ons dit memories maak. Jy weet ons lewe net een keer, jy kan droom as jy slaap. As ons moet terugdink aan elke onthou, was dit ek het of was dit ek sou? Het ons nog sonsak die waters verken? Of het jou hart jou kop weer laat wen, jou kop weer laat wen? Voor jy jou oë uitvee, het ons gewens, daar's meer van die tyd is verby, wat ons nie terug kan kry. Hou jou droom vir as jy slaap, vanaand gaan ons dit memories maak. Jy weet ons lewe net een keer, jy kan droom as jy slaap. Vanaand gaan ons memories maak. Vanaand gaan ons memories maak. Jy droom vir as jy slaap, vanaand gaan ons memories maak. Elke traan met elke feestje of feest, hou 'n storie wat wag om te lees. Niemand sê daar is 'n môre nie, en spyt se prys is way te duur.
Another feel-good production.